Doobie doobie doo. 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 Doobie doobie doo.
Oh my God.
Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo.
We're back, boys. It's a beautiful ass Monday on the CAMELCAST. Hope you guys are doing well as hell, because I know I am. Yes, in the intro, there was a video of me playing guitar like a decade ago, probably. I don't know, man. Randomly came across that when I was going through my Google Drive earlier, looking for some like footage for something. And yeah, I found that and I was like, oh shit, look at this garbage. So I posted it to Twitter and I was like, I'm going to show everybody this dumbass guitar stuff. It's cringe. I don't know why I was on a mountain. It was a different time in my life. But at any rate, welcome to the show. I'm glad you guys are back. A lot to talk about with Mr. Jeremy Hambley. So fun. We love Jeremy. I gotta be honest. I love Jeremy. He's fun. He's just so fun. And he's just so fun to watch. And he's like, oh, you hate me. And I'm like, no, I think we all really actually love you. Unconditionally. So my man. So, okay, first things first, guys. I tweeted out this the other day. That Jeremy Hambley said he implied, okay, he does this thing where he leans on plausible deniability to be able to say, oh, I didn't actually do a thing. I had a friend growing up that did this a lot, so he could always kind of get out of situations when he was ever called out. But Jeremy Hambley claimed, he implied he was at the Renfair getting drunk to own the haters. Now, it's very, very obvious that he's not going to be there because Jeremy's not a confrontational guy. When it comes to the internet, he might be, right? But when it comes to real life, he's not, okay? Where I think it was Tommy Lauren that released that expose saying that he basically melted like a pile of freaking fat ice cream when she confronted him about a video. Remember that? So he's not going to show up to Renfair and risk getting arrested, okay? But at any rate, Renfair did release a statement through email about it, which is hilarious. It's hilarious. And then, of course, our boy Jeremy crashes out on stream today about Friday Night Tights and stuff, which I don't really understand. That's kind of over, right? The whole Chrissy Friday Night, that stuff's over. Okay, they did their thing. She went in a separate direction. They're both going in their separate ways. That's over, right? But he's trying to peel back the fresh wound. And this is something Jeremy does a lot. He always claims that everybody he likes or supports or is on his team keeps getting harassed, right? But what is the catalyst for said harassment? It's Jeremy throwing some damn fish food at the trolls, right? And then the trolls want more. They're like, more fish food, please. So get the hell on it, doggone it. We're going to have some fun tonight. Shout out to all the boys. Shout out to Review Tech Mongolia. There's so many. Review Tech Mongolia. There was a Review Tech China back in the day. There was another one. There's probably a bunch of them. Thank you, man, for the 500 kick. Says, how does RTU still look morbidly obese even though he's ozemic maxing? You know, I don't know. I haven't actually looked into Rich in a long time. I mean, every time I hear anything about Rich, he randomly says he hates me. And I'm like, okay, all right, shit. I'm just sitting here swimming. I don't know what the fuck I did. But at any rate, hey, man, whatever it takes, dude. Look, I got to be honest. When people lose weight, I'm like, hell yeah, thank God, right? Thank God. Okay, now, to be fair, though, if you lose weight without hitting the gym, you're going to look like a melting snowman. You're going to look like you're falling apart. You could probably jump out of a plane, though, and survive from your squirrel belly wings, right? So he could jump out of a plane and pull his titties out, right? So he'd be all right. But at any rate, no, I haven't seen it. But yeah, that seems to be a lot. I mean, it seems like everybody I know is starting to get on GLP-1s. People that probably shouldn't be on them, to be honest. It's people that never really have tried dieting for real. I think that should be reserved for people that are 500 pounds and struggling hard with mental illness. I don't know, man. That's just me. Maverick Cuba says, Chrissy Mayer on Slim Fast tonight. Slim Fast? What the hell? You talking about Tim? Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. They were talking about politics and whatnot, and Lindsey Graham, maybe. But I was playing guitar, so I didn't pay attention to it. But we love some Tim. Billy says, Cody has more talented than most grifters. I diggity doubt that, son. I am the same. I am also a grifter. We are all grifters here. Okay, everybody in the chat, we're all grifters together. We are now one for all for one. Sorry, guys, I ate some bulldog fried rice today, and it is making me burp a lot. It was way spicier than the ramen, and I love that damn ramen. It was the Carbonara. God, I love that shit so much. All right, review check Mongolia. God, is the top dog today on Kick. Thank you, brother. All right, let's continue. We're up against the Nega Snake number 6, of course. Of course, Jays. Thank you, man, guys, pretty much. Was a Crazy Sharp. Everybody, by the way, Crazy Sharp, Western Civ, Ben, Billy, Juicy Booch, Wally Dangerous, Alasky, Bananal, I use BB, Default Art, Rant Man. What's up, brother? Everybody's here. Let's start the show. All right, appreciate you guys so much for all your love and all your support. Don't forget, guys, this weekend I'll be in South Carolina for the Southeast Game Exchange partying, hanging out. I'm going to drink a little bit with my boy Drinker because drinking with him's a lot of fun because he just keeps buying drinks and you can't be angry there. So we're going to hang out. So that's where I'll be this weekend. So if you're in South Carolina, hey, man, you can always come to my booth, hang out. All right. So at any rate, let's jump right into this, okay? So real quick, let me scroll up here. Where I have a lot of random shit bookmarked. So first things first, okay? So TheQuartering said 90 degrees for opening weekend at Renfair. Hard to stay hydrated with all that mead. Now, I want you guys to really, really focus on this because this statement right here doesn't explicitly say he is at Renfair, but it does imply he's at Renfair. If you guys know the lore at all, okay, the lore is there was this live stream a few years ago that was pretty much hidden forever. And then when TheQuartering started false flagging people, unfortunately, that caused people to dig in, right? And there was a lot of crazy shit in Jeremy's past. So they found this stream of him following people around, specifically women, a lot of them which had children, and in earshot was saying extremely sexual stuff. And he said the entire reason he was there was to film women's bodies on camera. Obviously, probably not very kosher, okay? There's only so far you can go where you say something's a joke, right? Now, I understand things get taken out of context all the time. People are either on podcast or just in a post with text that are being sarcastic or joking. And they'll be like, hey, I was joking, right? This is not one of those times. He was there for hours filming people and children. And Renfair didn't like that. So there's this company, I believe it's called the Renfair Entertainment Group, and it covers, I believe, 4 or 5 states. Now, this is the largest Renfair production in the country. This covers, I believe, Houston. I believe it covers L.A., Wisconsin, New York, and somewhere else, Florida maybe. And they announced via a statement through email that Jeremy Hambley was now permanently banned from all Renfair Entertainment Group productions. Okay? Rightly so, right? Because, I mean, you don't want anybody at your productions that's walking around filming children and women saying some pretty messed up stuff, regardless or not if they say later it's a joke. But, I mean, walking around 3 hours doing that, saying your entire goal was to film women without their consent. Like, I think he verbatim said that. You're probably not going to win said battle, boys. So at any rate, to own the trolls, he tweets out 90 degrees for opening weekend at Renfair. Hard to stay hydrated with all this delicious mead. But again, if you read into this, it doesn't explicitly say he was at Renfair, right? Very, very obvious what's going on. He's trying to own the haters. He's trying to own the trolls to prove that they have no power in getting him banned. Now, I guess what he didn't expect, in my opinion, was very, very silly. What he didn't expect was the fact that Renfair would make a statement or at least speak on it to some degree. I don't know why he didn't think that would happen, because then it just makes him look even creepier again. And there's only so much where you can say, like, oh, liberal people are getting us. It's the liberal people is what it is. They don't want me filming their children. Okay. All right. I think this is a non-political issue. But this is what I posted. I said TheQuartering, after being banned from all Renfair productions nationwide for filming women and children without consent and making sexual remarks, claims to be at Renfair anyway. Now, I also followed this up with what everybody else is expecting. I wager this is a troll post. He's likely too afraid to go and get caught doing it again, so he's pretending to be there to own the haters. Because you and I both know that if Jeremy was at the Renfair, he would post pictures, selfies of himself making Wojak faces, like soy Wojak faces, like he does. Like, Jeremy's one of those guys that makes soy faces when he takes like selfies. He'll go like, I don't know why. I don't get it, but that's what he does, right? So, I do the duck face. I'm from a different era in time. Maverick says, if you could pay off your house tomorrow, would you? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Maverick Cuba. Red Banana says, I'll see you at SIG this weekend. Based. Are you offering, Maverick Cuba? Yeah, what's up? Thank you, Red Banana Game. I appreciate you, brother. Scotsman Goat says, pick up a big double cookout style and cheer wine float for me while you're in South Carolina. Hell yeah, brother. What the hell did you just? Cookout. Oh, yeah, cookout. Yeah, of course. Well, we have a cookout down the road. We do. We have a cookout. We went there when I think I was tossed. I don't think you were tossed, but I was tossed, I think. All right, here we go. Thank you guys so much. I love you and I appreciate you. Let's continue here. So here is what Renfair said. Okay. And I also want to point this out that this might appear in a clip that I'm pulling up here shortly, but Jeremy already made the statement that Renfair started this weekend and he's going to, he's excited for Renfair, implying again that he will be at Renfair. So I don't know what's going on there. Again, Matt West says, is the cricket alive? I don't know. He's not made noise. So I think he might have dipped out because the window, I think, is open. Yeah, the back window. He might have jumped his happy ass out finally. But at any rate, so that's what's going on. So at any rate, then the Renfair is notified about all this, of course, and they make a statement. Okay. They make a statement. They actually made 2 statements about this, and we're going to bring both of them up at the same time in a row so you guys can see what's going on. So people obviously took it upon themselves to email the Renfair production, Bristol Renfair, which was a good way to go, I think. It's a good way to go. Riley Martian. So here we go. Boop. There it is. So it says right here, let me just give you some context. So this was sent to the Bristol Renfair. It says, hello, I just want to write to you guys and inform you, Jeremy Hambley, aka the far-right political YouTuber, TheQuartering, is telling people online he plans on going to the Renfair this summer, even though you guys have banned him after he went around creep shotting women, I guess, and children for money. I can provide evidence if you need. He is saying it on his live streams and pretending he's not banned. Okay. And I wager saying the far right political YouTuber probably holds a little bit of weight because things that are artsy, like events that are artsy with like theater actors, they generally don't care for far right positions. So that's probably just to hold some weight to it. I don't think Jeremy is really a political commentator at all. He just says whatever he thinks will be more popular, which is weird because he didn't learn any of that in the personal things. He just says what's the worst thing he could say possible. But here is what Renfair responds. This is the Bristol Renfair. This is how they responded. It says, hello, thank you for writing. Our security team is already aware of his statements and our procedures are in place. Jeremy Hambley remains banned from all Bristol Renaissance fairs and all Renaissance entertainment production events. So that's all of them nationwide, guys. It's all of them nationwide. But this is only the first time they've spoke to this, okay? Because they actually said something else to somebody else that was emailing. Because a lot of people are emailing, and these people probably think for good reason that Jeremy is actually going to be at these things, and they don't feel safe with him being there. Which, to be completely fair, if you had children at your Renfair production, would you really want Jeremy there? I don't think so, right? I think that's a pretty safe bet. Probably not do that. Let's probably not do that, right? So at any rate, let's pull this next one up here. God, wait, is that bookmarks? Nope. Why is articles above bookmarks, you bastard Frisbee? All right. So here is the other statement. And also, by the way, Jeremy posted some pictures, right? This is from Stream Standard Goosey. Oh, Goosey. Which I believe Goosey was the first person to actually post about the Renfair thing when they were talking to Renfair. Yeah, Eric, can I completely agree with that? Right? So I've seen several examples, okay? I've seen several examples of somebody or something push back at a conservative opinion of Jeremy's or a opinion they think that he shares, and he'll claim in that moment he's actually not a conservative, right? So that's kind of like his deal, right? So if he has to stand on his statements, he'll be like, oh, well, keep in mind I'm not actually a conservative, to kind of make it to where he doesn't actually have to face any accountability for whatever, which is gay. Just say shit. Just stand on your shit. It's not that hard, Jared needs to stay away. That video of him at Renfair creeping and hunting women. Yeah, I tell you what. Old Fat and Slow said Misty Mochi sent me here. Misty Mochi is the best. The best. And I know a lot of you guys are probably caught up on this because of Misty and Don Flogerty. Don Flogerty. Don, please. Florgandy. All right, okay. All right, so here's the next one. So this is the Stream Goose. The Stream Goose. Where the hell's my Stream Goose at? Where are you, Stream Goose? Oh, there you are. So, Stream Standard Goosey Says Jeremy Hambley, aka TheQuartering, is confirmed to be lying about attending the Bristol Renaissance Fair this weekend, which I don't think anybody actually thought he was going to be there. Again, he was trying to own the haters, and the issue behind it is he was trying to prove to people that they have no power. Of course, they totally do. On top of posting a photo of the jousting event, which likely came from the 2024 season, but it claimed it was from the past weekend, the BRF confirmed with me there's no activity from Hambley or any other persons with the same surname. The BRF, which is the Bristol Renaissance Fair, also corrects Hambley, stating the hottest it got during the weekend was 83 degrees Fahrenheit, which to us Americans is not that hot. Would you throw it back for a cheeseburger? Yeah. All right. Yes. Anyways, so basically they're even calling out Jeremy, saying it's 90 degrees, right? Which is hilarious. But at any rate, so here's the original post from Jeremy, and here is the response from Bristol Fair. And he also posted a picture, which is right here. So Jeremy also posted this picture saying, support your local Renfair, right? And this is a picture from 2024. Again, it's Jeremy trying to show that he's at the Renfair when he's actually not at the Renfair, right? So he's trying to prove to the haters that he's actually at the Renfair, and no one can stop him from doing anything he wants, because he is a god and we are nothing. He is the best and we are the worst. He's the smartest and we're the dumbest. That is how these things work. And that's how Jeremy sees himself. I mean, right? Dude has an extremely high god complex. So when it comes to stuff like that, he wants to prove to everybody that they don't have any power over him at all, right? Which is weird because he's apparently getting thousands of viewers, totally legit thousands of viewers on Rumble. Unless he's on YouTube, then he only gets 100. But if he's on Rumble, he gets thousands and thousands of viewers, even though his chat doesn't move. And then he gets angry at people like me that only run 300 to 500 viewers, right? Why would he even care about what I'm doing, right? You know what I'm saying? But again, God complex. So at any rate, here is what was sent to the Renfair themselves. So this says, good morning. Hope y'all had a great opening weekend. I wanted to bring your attention to a tweet made by Jeremy Hambley, which suggests he did attend the fair this weekend. Is there a way Mr. Hambley could have snuck in under a different name or by other means? From what is publicly known from his streams, he has access to his wife Heather's accounts. However, it's totally possible he is lying, which I think is pretty obvious at this point. So this is how they responded. The Renfair responded with this. They said, hello, all email addresses associated with his account were banned and our security team has his photo. Imagine that. Imagine having a photo on the wall of Jeremy Hambley's big old ass face with his bald head. And it's like, don't let this motherfucker in. Banned. And it's just a picture of him being all like fucked up and cross-eyed. Don't let this man in. He's not safe around children. That's funny, dude. Oh gosh, so sad, so sad. So they said our security team did not see him at the gate. We did not see anybody associated with his name on his ticket purchases. Further, the hottest it got this weekend on site was 83 degrees, and again, Jeremy said it was 90 degrees at Renfair. Right? So this all is overwhelming proof that he didn't actually go. And to be fair, I think the amount of people that probably believed he actually went was like 2% of people. Right? Again, we're at that point where literally probably 99% of anything that Jeremy says, he could say what color his t-shirt is, and I'm not going to believe his ass anymore, even with it on camera. Okay. Crazy Sharp says AC is out there in a heat wave. Not going to get any sleep tonight. Oof. That sucks. Sorry to hear that, Crazy Sharp. Yeah. That would be absolute cheeks, brother. That would be cheeks. Mine is blasting cold and true right now. Yes, it's delicious. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to Crazy Sharp, tying the top dog spot with Review Tech Mongolia. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Up against the 6th naked snake in the row. All super chats go towards me kissing you on the forehead at 3 a.m. because I am now your paralysis demon. Okay. I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm just kind of saying shit, guys. All right, let's pull up some clips now. So let's move on to the clips because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, boys, and we got to work our way through them hot and fast like a delicious knife through some delicious ass butter. All right. And of course, we got Keno Grove on here. Keno Grove always helping your boy out with clips. Thank you, brother. All right, here we go. What, you know, this is very, very unrelated, by the way. This is very, very unrelated. But why is the quartering's lighting different in every single freaking clip? It's either too bright or too low. Like, he also said he's getting, what did he say he's getting fitted for? A tux for a wedding? They're just gonna have to pull like the drapes down. Get the bed sheets, Saya. Get the, my man, what do you mean? What do you mean? He needs bed sheets. The hell is that? This is an example banner. What the hell am I doing? I'm freaking pulling to Jeremy right now. I'm boomering hard and true, brother. All right. He looks like, what did you say? The ghost of Christmas fats. Oh my God. Holy shit.
/premium.
I can't even do this, brother.
Promo code studio, no ads, more freedom. And the content you actually care about, that's the deal. And you're supporting free speech. So,
you know who else supports free speech? Jeremy, apparently. That's why he has struck like what, 13, 14, 18 channels now? I can't even keep counting more. Alyssa Clips got yeeted off the freaking planet. Of course, Kino got yeeted off the planet as well. Rant, pretty sure Rant got hit. Luther Morgan, maybe? It's been a while now. There's a lot of people, though. So a lot of people were getting hit left, right, and center. I think Flash got hit once. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was getting hit, right?
there's a lot of good reasons.
Why is he always chewing on shit in his mouth? Like, what is this about? Yeah, Corpez, you're right, Nick. Yeah, Nick as well. He's always like chewing on something in his mouth, like hard.
Free speech.
Look at him.
So there's a lot of good reasons.
What is that shit about? Is he getting some leftovers or something? Is he getting some leftovers from his spaghetti or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's Zens. Hey, see, I am not a Zen man. Okay. Well, I was on Timcast one time, and his driver that drove me to the airport, he gave me a Zens because I had never had one, and it blew me to the moon. I almost threw up. I like got to the airport about to vomit, and I laid on a bench for 10 minutes on my back, and out in front of God and everybody, I was like, never again, never again. It was terrifying.
Let's see. Graham would be an awesome senator. Yeah, I love it. Should have Salty Cracker on your show sometime. Oh, I would love to. I would love to. He's been on before, I think, and I've been on his show before, but he's kind of like I am. He's just kind of like a one-man show for the most part.
Which is probably a bad idea. And also, he's not a one-man show. He literally has other people on his show. But also, he probably should have guests. Let's be completely honest here. Let's be honest. Probably should have guests, brother. Can't carry a show, okay? My man can barely carry his own weight. His knees are exploding as we speak, okay? Can't carry your own show, brother.
I find that kind of the one-man show thing seems to work a little bit better. Like, my viewers seem to like it a little bit better in my experience.
Ain't got no viewers. Ain't got no viewers. Look, there's a thing that Jeremy does. He loves to go into people's chats with his alts and scream they have no viewers. He does it to me all the freaking time. So Jeremy will come into my chat on alts or on his main one. Shit, he's done that too. And basically he shouts everybody down for having no viewers, right? Even though I have like quadruple the viewers he gets on YouTube when he streams on YouTube on accident. Like the other day, he streamed accidentally on YouTube. How do you accidentally stream? You have to click buttons and shit. You know what I'm saying? I click the buttons when I do this myself. I click them. YouTube, accept, schedule. You know, Rumble, accept, schedule. Kick, accept, schedule. You got to do it for all of them. So he accidentally streamed on YouTube to like 120 people. Okay. But then he comes in my chat. He goes in Flash's chat. He goes in Craig's chat, and he'll say, "You guys have no viewership." Oh. BB's. Oh, the camera's on the whole time, huh? That's when you know, okay? Probably a year or two from now, I'm gonna do one of those. Okay, totally on accident ones. Oh, the camera's on the whole time, huh? But you got to get some air with it, though. It's got to shoot up past the camera, so get some air. You know what I'm saying? Oh, all right, anyway.
But that's just me.
Breaking point.
I like the I like when we do co-hosts. It's fun, but I also like kind of this one-on-one experience where we're just kind of chatting and working together to, get to the bottom of stories and interacting.
And I'll give you an example of him being one-on-one with somebody trying to get to the bottom of stories.
Man,
That's what happens. That's the whole show. Who just said my shoulders are small? Eric, you bitch. My shoulders are not small. Come on, brother. Let's go. You and me. We're going to meet at the Renfair. One-on-one, Renfair, brother. Let's go. One-on-one on a lockout. Okay? Snipers. Let's go. You're going down, brother. Nova says, I'm moving to Huntsville soon, getting my cold feet since I'm a people person. There's less people there than Dallas. Any advice? I would do it. There is definitely not, you will not feel like there's less people. There is traffic in every direction 24/7. It is so crowded here. I think we're up to 400,000 population, maybe more now. I think including Decatur and surrounding areas, it's almost 1 million. It's like 700,000 or 800,000. It's a lot, brother. It's getting there. So come on down.
Maybe try to do a stream with.
I have to check and see if it's frozen sometimes. I'm just chewing on him's little zen.
Maybe try to do a stream with Crowder. I've been on Crowder's stream before. It's just he's a in-person guy, so that means I have to fly to Texas. When is Chrissy Mayer doing her first appearance on what? I'm not sure. Is she on a new show?
Okay, I got to give you guys. All right, okay. All right, you bitches in chat. Listen here, motherfucker. No, I got to give you guys a preview or a warning here. So there's this thing that people do online, and they usually call it leftist reasoning or liberal reasoning. I'm not trying to get political, but there's this meme that always goes around that says people on the left will pretend to not understand what's happening, therefore making discourse impossible, right? This is about to happen live in front of all of you. You ready for this? It's about to happen live.
Shout out to her. I thought she was only on a timeout from Friday Night Tights. Friday Night Tights, the show told me, I even got community noted that said she wasn't fired for having Melanie Mack on her podcast. But it seems to me that she has been fired. I don't know. Yeah,
so here's the issue, man. And look, I'm not trying to jump into that realm or anything or talk about other people really. The point is Jeremy here, but the whole issue, brother, the whole issue was how things were, how they handled every situation. That was F&T's deal. They're like, let's see how everything's handled. If it's handled well and cool, fuck it, we're cool. And it just really, nothing really changed. And that's the reason. Okay. That's the end of it. There's no big deal. What's done is done. And it was all about how the situation was handled. And it really wasn't handled, I don't think. I don't really remember paying much attention to it, but I think there was more streams and nothing really happened. There was no accountability and stuff. And that's what everybody was looking for. So whatever. So they ended up going in different directions, respectively. Now, Jeremy, I think Jeremy's also stuck in rhetoric from 2 months ago because he called me out and I don't even talk about him anymore. There's a reason why I'm talking about him right now. It's like the fish meme from SpongeBob, where he's like, are we going to have to teach you this lesson again, old man? I was like, I haven't even talked about your ass. I guess I'm streaming about you. I guess I'm going to talk about you. You pulled me back in. So he's pretending to not understand any of these things.
I don't know what happened, but those free speech warriors over on that show who were really upset about people getting deplatformed one of their own creators for doing a podcast with somebody they didn't like. That's what it looks like to me.
And there you go. He's completely pretending to not understand anything that happened, therefore to make discourse impossible, right? And let me explain further. He's pretending to not understand what happened in that fateful stream, thus making any retort or information provided after impossible, right? You cannot converse about it anymore because the entire point is she wasn't deplatformed. Okay, that's number one. Jeremy actually did deplatform people. They didn't deplatform her. Okay, that's number one. Okay, number two is the entire point of the stream was people were like, hey, ask these hard-hitting questions because there's some shit hitting the fan. The questions weren't really asked. And if one was kind of asked, it was either ignored or not really elaborated on or pushed back, right? And that's the whole deal. A lot of the questions weren't even asked. So that was why people were pissed. You know, they were wanting more information. They got none. And they were pissed because it looked like somebody was running intense, you know, crowd control, damage control for someone. And that's what it appeared to be like, even if it may have been not, even though it kind of appeared that way, right? And then there was a follow-up stream that did the same thing for some reason. But at any rate, that was the whole point. It has nothing to do with just having somebody on you didn't like, right? When I had Sydney Watson on my show, and people in the chat were asking questions. They were like, ask about the bull. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm asking about the bull. And then I'm pushing about the bull, right? And you did everything you could do. And even people were pissed at me for not going harder and harder and harder. But I didn't really, she's not part of the negative, what is it? The negative team, I guess, the away team in this whole situation. She was bringing a little bit more info to light, even though it wasn't as palpable and tasty as we would have liked. But at any rate, that was the whole point, is just push, ask the question. Just ask the questions, brother. And again, if she would have just read all the super chats and asked all the questions, it probably wouldn't have been that crazy. Granted, not trying to talk about something that happened 100 years ago at this point. It's all said and done. But at any rate, that's the point. He's pretending to not understand why that stream caused so much drama, right? Why did it cause so much drama? He's pretending to not know.
You know, I got community noted and said she wasn't fired. But I'm pretty sure hasn't been on the show ever since she had Melanie Mack on her show.
Again, pretending like the contents of the show were not the catalyst for what happened, right? It wasn't the contents of the show, I promise. It was just bringing somebody on, okay? For example, who was it? Michael Knowles, right? So Michael Knowles brought Melanie Mack on. Michael Knowles is not part of this community, right? Michael Knowles did a random video with her, moved on. If Michael Knowles got invited to FNT tomorrow, he'd be on it, right? But people aren't super chatting, asking the hard-hitting questions. The issue is both the people on the original podcast were part of the community, right? They're part of the community. And that's the whole issue, I think. And, again, he's pretending to not understand that. And again, like, I got to put this out there. This was months ago, so who cares now, right? But TheQuartering is bringing it back up, so he has a chance to shit on the FNT guys and shit on Gary and shit on Jeremy, Ddaycobra, the good Jer. He's having the opportunity to shit on all these people in mass, right? So they can start talking about him again, because that's what he truly wants. You'll notice a lot of things about these guys, right? What you call like law cows, I guess, is they always do this thing where they have what I think is a humiliation fetish. Like, they love negative feedback. They love people talking about them in a negative way, so they keep pushing for that, right? We've seen it with all these people. They'll finally get out of the conversation. People will stop talking about them, right? And then what happens? They start tearing at old wounds to piss people off. And that's exactly what's happening with the FNT crew. You think FNT or Nerdrotic or Jeremy give two flying fucks about what TheQuartering has to say? These guys got actual channels with actual viewership. Nerdrotic's getting millions of views per day. Critical Drinker's getting millions of views per day. FNT's getting tens of thousands of concurrent, right? Whether we like it or not. You know what I'm saying? They're kicking ass. They don't give two shits about what TheQuartering has to say. But again, TheQuartering still compares himself to the top echelon of creators, because he was a top echelon creator like in 2019. Right? Silent Caster was that, brother? That's what I'm saying. So he's using this as an opportunity to shit on FNT and shit on Gary and shit on all these guys, so they'll talk about him again. Meme copium. The thing is, Jer sees, plays dumb, changes the argument, and eventually when you get to the root of the issue, he claims victory because he wasted your time. Well, he'll just say, for lack of a better phrase, and I'm being verbatim, he'll just say, you are retarded. So when he called me out the other day, he said I was retarded. And I'm like, listen, I did go to school in Alabama and I didn't graduate, but still, okay, my intellect is slightly higher than Jeremy's, which is shocking to me. At any rate, you get what I'm saying. Let's continue here. Yeah, I remember you sound like, of course, brother. You were like number one, brother. How you doing, man? Shout out to me and Copium and the bees. Give him some bees in the chat. Shout out to Crazy Sharp. Thank you, brother, for the $2 super chat. Taking over the top dog spot in support tonight. Love you, brother. Thank you, buddy. Shout out to the boy. Let's hear it for the boy. Let's hear it for the man. All right, let's continue with this clip and see how hard he goes at Gary and them. Which is, again, it's not surprising. It's what he does. Roarcast says, I really want to see the picture they have up of Jerry. Oh, dude, somebody needs to go and get that. I wonder if anybody working at the Renfair right now could possibly snap a picture of that. Because you know it's on a wall. The wall of shame. The wall of shame. TheQuartering, Jeremy Hamley. Rest in peace, boys. All right. Here we go.
So, not very free speech of them. Not very.
Why is everybody's saying free speech, right? Everything's free speech, right? It's they're not very free speech. It's basically like other people on each side of the aisle. Let's say socially, politically, calling each other racist. Oh, you're racist. No, you're racist. No, you're racist. It's like Spider-Man pointing at each other. Jeremy, the guy that struck channels to get them removed, actually deplatforming, is saying not very free speech of Gary. Ah, yes, Gary. Not very free speech of you. It's like, what the fuck? What? That's like Jeffrey Dahmer being pissed because another dude ate some child, right? No, you both are the child eaters, okay? All right? You're not above eating the child anymore. You are one of them, all right? That's like him being pissed at John Wayne Gacy. You're the same guy, except one of you is overweight. That's the difference. It's crazy. Yeah, Silent Caster, exactly, brother, exactly.
Very free speech of them. Now, I was told that she wasn't fired.
He just repeats himself.
But it looks like to me that she was fired for simply having Melanie Mack on her show. But I don't
simply having this is crazy. This is crazy, brother. Flip Shazam said Dahmer 8 men. One of them was like 14 or 15 years old, brother. Okay. So it counts. John Wayne Gacy, same guy. But at any rate, you hear that? Simply having somebody on a podcast. Simply. Again, pretending to not understand, making discourse impossible. Right? Pretending to not understand for making further discourse impossible. We all know what happened. It's 100 years old at this point. We get it. All right?
I don't know. Not in those rooms. I don't know the inner workings of what they did. So thought they dropped her because trolls in the chat would determine the show and not follow what was discussed. Well, I mean, there's two ways to handle that. I mean, you can block and mute the trolls, or
well, that's definitely the way that Jeremy goes.
You can be a pussy and be more worried about your super chats. I choose to.
What the fuck are we talking about right now? What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about right now? Are we supposed to ignore our super chats? Are we supposed to ignore the people that are funding our entertainment? Our programs? Are you kidding? No. This is likely why Jeremy gets $8 per show now, or $2. Brother, if somebody super chats me, I'm reading that shit. I don't care if it says, I love penis. I don't care. All right? I'm reading it because those are the people that support your show. That is the reason you are a creator. That is the reason you are on a platform. Okay? Remember when Jeremy asked people for $80,000 in donations so he could buy a K-Cup machine that he accidentally let loose last week that he never bought? That's what he thinks about his super chatters. That's what he thinks about the people that support him, right? It's crazy. It's insanity. Absolute insanity. Like, I'm not going to read super chats. You are a wild bastard. The only reason I, Fnt, Good Jer, TheQuartering, anybody that's a creator that actually does it for a living, the only reason we're here, okay, is because people support our shows. Those people are more important than anything else by a mile, right? They're paying to be heard. They're paying to support your show. You fucking read those. I don't care if they call you a bitch ass motherfucker. You read them. All right? And I kind of prefer when they call me a bitch ass motherfucker. I'm going to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Matt Stanford says, don't read me. Too late, brother. Is that a kitty? What is that? I can't tell. It looks like a kitty. Sushi's gone. He's not on the sushi cam. Thank you, brother. Flip Shazam says, I love penis.
Dooby-dooby-doo.
All right. Kylie Goff with a $50 super chat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. My niece is watching for the second time with me. She don't care for Jared. Jeremy's show smells like people holding up bucket. You ain't lying, brother. You ain't lying, brother. I mean, to be fair, look at him. He probably got moles on his booty. Whew, his little ladybugs. Oh, I don't even want to think about that right now. Thank you, Kylie Goff. Appreciate you, brother. Imagine the smell. You know, Jeremy's the kind of guy that I would never invite him to my pool. You know, because I'm scared he'll jump in. You'll just see a brown mist kind of eke out of him. Ooh. Oh. Thank you, Kyle. I really appreciate that, man. It's a huge drop, brother. Huge drop. Thank you for supporting tiny channels like mine. I really appreciate you, brother. Shout out to the boys. Thank you. And I missed you, brother. I wasn't going to stream today, but I am going to South Carolina in a few days to do the Southeast Game Exchange. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So I was like, I should stream today. I should hang out with the boys today. Thank you, boy. Thank you. Billy says, Cody loves penis. Well, damn. Even Billy can say penis. What the hell? Why couldn't you say penis, Flip Jam? Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. Chad Layton says, there are words that I'm paid to read. Thank you, Super Chat. There you go. These are words that I'm paid to read. Thank you, Super Chat. It is true. Kylie Goff says, peep, show, mop, bucket. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Kylie Goff, everybody. All right, let's continue. Marine says, this is why I can't be in a commentary space. The Marine in me and the East Cleveland hood dude in the world go IRL to quick if he was talking like this about me. Exactly. But here's my point, Marine, is welcome to the show, by the way, buddy. TheQuartering is one of those guys. TheQuartering is one of those guys that the internet made him powerful. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if he is feeling insecure and he's a little whiskeyed up, he will start lashing out at people and threatening to take you down and fight you and threatening to debate you and all these goofy things. But if you ever confronted him in real life, which I'm not implying you should, okay? It's a waste of your time, to be honest. But if you ever did in real life, hypothetically, he'd probably start crying and shit his pants. Because when, I think it was Tommy Lauren, correct me if I'm wrong, with her expose, said she confronted him. And she's like a tiny little white girl, okay? Tiny white girl. And she confronted him, and he literally melted. Tiny white girl. All right? So that just goes to show, brother. That goes to show. All right? If this was the olden days, Jeremy would be carrying water buckets up and down the peasant hill. That would be the extent of his existence. Right? That's it. But the internet gave him a little bit of power. A little bit of power because he can say things from the safety of his little room. You know, Lauren Southern. Thank you. I keep saying Tommy Lauren. Same thing. Kind of. Lauren Southern. What's up, Gabe? How you doing, buddy? Silent Cash says, would I be invited to the pool? Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we had a pool party for the 4th. It was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun. Tiffany says, I cooked myself a grass-fed ribeye and a choice T-bone. I can't understand the stupid people who think grass-fed tastes good, but what really freaked me out was when I was whipping the meat off. The bone. That we men put our penises in women's mouths. Tiffany, what are you talking about? Have you ever eaten corn on the cob or ripped meat off the bone? What are you talking about? Jesus. All right. Here we go.
Block and mute trolls.
But again, I want to rewind right here, and so you guys can get a little refresher of this, because I think this is really important. And this was the entire rhetoric around why everybody had a problem when that happened, you know?
Trolls. Or they dropped her because trolls in the chat would determine the show and not follow what was discussed. Well, I mean, there's two ways to handle that. I mean, you can block and mute the trolls, or you can be a pussy and be more worried about your super chats.
Here's what you should do. You should not block the trolls. Okay? Unless the trolls are doing like posting your address over and over. That's different, right? But or spamming the chat with like copy paste. But if the trolls are just like, you're a bitch, oranges, right? That's fine. Okay? If you're a free speech advocate, you don't block those things in the chat. That's number one. And number two is when you care more about your super.
And you can block and mute the trolls, or you can be a pussy and be more worried about your super chats. You know,
that's wild. Yes. And herein lies the issue. Okay. Herein lies the issue is people were angry because their super chats, which were sometimes $50 and $100, were completely ignored. That was the whole issue, man. And Jeremy's saying he agrees with that, which is probably why he gets like $5 now in super chats, right? Because he cares more about turning off a troll posting a goofy ass orange emoji than he does actually getting support and actually genuinely caring about being in the space and existing in the space. This is probably why he's completely sold and he's liquidating everything. He's liquidating everything right now, right? Crazy. Nate Dogg says you've been doing Jeremy content nonstop for months. Brother, you need to look at my recent history. I have done 2 Jeremy streams in the last month and a half, I think. 2 Jeremy streams. You only join for the Jeremy streams. That's the issue. You've been doing this forever. It's because you only join on those because those are the ones you get pissed at for some reason. All right? Now, I don't know why you have an affinity for this giant man. That's your problem. Okay? But I need to worry about your health because the smell. All right. You need a Geiger counter if you go into Jeremy's streaming room. You need a Geiger counter because you'll hear that shit clicking. Last effects, you're gonna be in South Carolina. Come to Myrtle this Sunday. It's Cody Parks and Dirty South of Boathouse. It's free country meal, brother. I don't know. Maybe last effect. Look, I might be driving home Sunday, but we'll see. It's a long ass drive, brother. It's a long ass drive. Thank you, guys. All right, here we go.
I choose to block and mute trolls who have a problem with my co-hosts or people I have on the show. That's one way to handle it. The other way to handle it is to be a massive floppy vagina and be afraid of losing a few super chats and fire your co-hosts who'd been on the show for years. That's another way to handle things. It's not how I would handle it.
He would just strike your channel and get you taken off of YouTube. That's how he'd handle it. A much different way, right? It's funny because a lot of the stuff Jeremy says, everything he says is under the impression in his own mind that everything before it had never happened, right? The only way you can say, I would never do that, is if you would actually never do that. You know what I'm saying? Which is the complete opposite of the truth. Jeremy totally would do that. That's literally what he does. Okay? That's literally what he does. But at any rate. Hey, Phantom. How you doing? Well, Jared's a bitch, so he handled like a Damn, Mochi. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. Oh, my God, dude. Jesus. Phantom GB says, what's up, Cody? You the goat? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well, man. I popped in your stream earlier. I was chilling, hanging out. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Phantom. First orange boy, best orange boy. I might be lying, though. Thank you, Phantom. Shout out to the boy. Shout out to the boy. Phantom. Everybody go subscribe to Phantom. He's goated.
You know, people say a lot of things to me about Melanie Mack, for example. They don't like Melanie, or people hated Luke when he was on the show. I don't give a shit. Don't watch then. That's just how I would handle it.
You know what that sounds suspiciously a lot like, right? What's up, Zombie Gabe? It sounds a lot like when, you know, mainstream AAA studios in Hollywood release new movies, and then they cast like the Queen of what's a good example? The Queen Victoria or something. or the Queen of France or something. And they cast her as like a straight up like lady from Zimbabwe, like a straight up black lady. And I'm like, hold on. This don't make a damn lick of sense, right? And they're like, well, if you don't like it, don't watch. If you don't like it, don't watch. And guess what? People, they don't watch. So that makes a lot of sense.
The other way is to be a huge pussy and be worried about losing a few super chats. That's another way to handle it. One way is to bend the knee to the mob and be a giant vagina. Another way is to tell the mob to get bent. These are just two different ways of handling it.
Yeah, see, he's trying to sell himself as this free speech advocate that would never do anything at all, okay, to destroy his honor of free speech. Although there's only one person here in this kind of realm that has struck channels down because they're talking shit about him. Only one. Only one. All right? Your free speech advocate, sire. Only one. Only one. Right? Wild. Absolute wild. And I don't know, take a shot for every time Jeremy calls Gary and Goodjer and F&T, the crew, giant vaginas or pussies. Take a shot every time. You won't survive the show. You won't survive the show. Ching To. That's a great freaking profile picture, brother. He'd be willing to bend the knee for $1 damn nowadays. You ain't lying, brother. You ain't lying. Right? I guarantee you. Here's the, you actually, this is a great point, Ching Do. Holy shit. You've made me come full circle. I'm full circle now. I'm a circle. I'm overweight. Here's the issue. The reason Jeremy is saying, oh, you're just only worried about your super chats. I, therefore, am not, because I am a good person and they are bad people. I am smart. They are dumb. I am giant and they are small, which is true. No, that being said, the reason he's saying that is because he doesn't get super chats. Damn. It all makes sense, Ching Tao. It all makes sense. The reason he's so pissed off about the super chat thing is because he doesn't get any. That's crazy. That's sad. Damn, brother. JJ's like, Cody trying to get us alcohol poison. I ain't trying to do nothing. El Muravolf says, he says this, then cowers confronted IRL at Gen Con. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my point. Violet Murr on Kick says, I think he might be over 400 pounds. Yeah, 100%. And the reason is because he's 6 foot, like 4 or 5. He's a tall dude. And he still looks really fat. If you're able to be 6 foot 6'5" and look really fat, you're up over the 400s. You're up in the 400s. Okay. Up in the 400s. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works sometimes. That's how it works. Hey, Lord Raptor Jesus. How you doing, brother? I think I saw him sending those out on Twitter. I don't know if you're talking about EBS. I think I saw that because somebody told me they got theirs, but I could be wrong. All right. I could be wrong. Mine are all done. My diecast are all done. They're sitting right here. I've shipped out like 10 of them that were standalones. But I got a few, like a few chapters left of color and art before I send off everything else. But yeah, I showed them on a recent stream. They're so cool. I would show them now, but it takes me a minute to go get them. So thank you, Raptor. I appreciate you. All right. But I'm pretty sure he's sending those out. Pretty sure. All right. Anyways, let's continue with the Jer Bear.
I'm not saying one way is better than the other. I'm not saying anyone's a huge pussy for bending the knee to a few trolls.
Wait, who are you saying it in? Wait.
It's a huge pussy for bending the knee to a few trolls in chat. I'm just saying that's not how I handle it. And different strokes for different folks. Okay, so,
What? So he's not calling them pussies? I'm so confused, brother. I'm so confused right now. How could you, High T? I'm so confused. He's not saying that? Okay. Bending the knee to a few trolls in chat. Look, brother, you got to read the room. If your chat, if you have 5,000 concurrent and you usually only have 60, like 60, which isn't bad. I'm not implying that's bad. Shit, I only have 200 on most days, right? If you have 5,000 concurrent and you are getting 100 super chats, all asking you like, hey, ask this question this way. It's not a few trolls, brother. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I would wager that most of them aren't actually trolls. They actually want to know what the hell's going on. I don't think that's unreasonable, right? But at any rate, whatever. At any rate, I tell you. Buster Brown says, Subway, keep stunting. How you doing, Buster Brown? Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well, my man. All right, let's continue. We got a lot more. I think Keno said he sent me something. Let's check it out, boys. Mr. Hide Your Head, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Already a third of the way to Naked Snake. Let me just point this out here. Jeremy's angry at people that get super chats. He gets like $5 per stream. We're already at 135. We're stunting on the Jer. We stunt on him good. Hell yeah. All right, let's finish this. Got 10 seconds, then we'll move on to Keno.
I wish them all the best. Wish them all the best. Hope the super chats were worth selling yourself out. Anyway.
Hope the super chats are worth it. Yeah, I mean, they would be if you got any. I'm just saying, right? Let's call a pig, right? Okay? Somebody sending you $5,000 in super chats, you best fucking read them bitches. And you best be like, okay, what is the rhetoric behind this and how should I tackle this? Right? Now, it's easy to say you wouldn't do that if you're not getting those super chats, right? It's easy to say that you don't care about super chats when you don't get super chats, like Jeremy. That's pretty easy, right? I get it. So from his perspective, yeah, that makes sense, actually. That makes sense, actually. Yeah, Keno, I saw that. Now, I assume this is sarcasm, obviously. So Chrissy said, unless you're an 8-year-old child, ketchup has no business being on your hot dog. And TheQuartering responds, everything bad anyone has ever said about you is true. I wager that's sarcasm because Jeremy loves ketchup. Yeah, Jeremy's a big man. He likes he's a big man. He likes ketchup, brother. Leave the ketchup alone, brother. Oh my God. There's the poster. Banned from all corners of the realm. Decree by King PPP. Oh my gosh. B312 says, did the super chats ever get read? You ignored interviewing Melly Mac and the Brittany 50. Well, the issue was it was the way it was handled, man. And I'm not trying to. I feel like it's been freaking beat like that. The dead horse has been beat to the ground, but basically the chats were kind of read. Some of them weren't. Some of them were, and it would be like, oh, tell us about this. And it'd be a question. And then she'd be like, I don't know what that means. And she would just move on without actually asking the question. And I think that's what pissed everybody off. Right. So, hey, that's kind of the deal, right? That's kind of what happened there is it was the way it was handled. And we can pretend all day that it was just simply because having a guest on. I don't think that's true at all. The reason was because it was just handled poorly. And I don't think anybody would argue against that, right? It's pretty reasonable to say, well, here's what I wager. I wager people went into that stream thinking that they were going to get some sauce, right? That she was going to dig in and really, really drill her and it was going to be entertaining. But then it was like the complete opposite. And I think that's what pissed everybody off. I don't think that's out of the realm of reason to think. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. Babadoo. 8 o'clock says between Nerdrotic and Quartering, one person just sold their race car track and the other took a trip to Japan while also buying a Star Trek Academy chair. Well, I mean, again, he's selling everything because he has to. Now, he'll claim that he's actually extremely rich, and the reason he's selling everything is called spring cleaning, and it has nothing to do with having $20,000 a month in bills and bringing in relatively zero, probably less than $3 to $5 grand. If you look at ad revenue. And you look at super chats, probably less than $5 grand. So that's probably what the deal is, I would imagine. In my humble opinion. Buster Brown says, Keno Camelot the more Slop Roach. Slop Roach. Thank you, brother. Yeah, dude, Luther Morgan's the GOAT. I've watched almost every video he's put out. He's been killing it, brother. He's been killing the hell out of it. Doing a great job. Just covering everything. Just across the board. Everything. And it's been really, really nice to see. But luckily, it looks like Renfair is standing really, really strong on their principles and not allowing really this tidal wave of shit to hit them. Because I guarantee you, if they let somebody like Jeremy in after everything that's happened, it's going to get so bad so fast, right? And again, if you watch that stream, and a lot of you did this, right? A lot of people with zero context of who Jeremy was. They watched that clip of him following people around and filming them and their children and saying crazy shit, right? They saw that clip with zero context of who Jeremy was and was immediately freaked out by it. Right? Completely freaked out by it. That's the issue, man. I don't think that's unreasonable to say. That's the issue. You know? But at any rate, let's move on. We're moving on up to the east side. And filming girls like 15. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, that was what was freaked everybody out, right? And I don't think that's crazy to be shocked by, you know? But, yeah, it was predator hate, 100%, 100%. And I don't know. Hey, there you, Goosey, what's up, brother? Hey, on stream, Standard Goosey. Good work, brother. Good work. How you doing? Oh, Goosey. Oh, I did miss your super chat. I'm sorry, brother. I'm a bad friend. Mick Stellar says, quartering needs some badges still. Oof. Oh, my God. Right? So, I've been to Bristol a few times. It's absolutely a family environment. Guys like Jared don't belong. Yeah. Look, dude, if anyone, and I would say, I would wager if anyone did something like that, doesn't matter who you are, if you're doing stuff like that, you don't belong at a family environment, man. This isn't cancel culture, brother. This is different, right? Completely different. It isn't cancel culture when you walk around filming people and saying weird ass shit, you know, all day long for hours and hours and hours. And then weirdly enough, kind of unrelated, but weirdly enough, like at the end of it, claiming that he wanted to leave his wife and wanted to live alone and didn't connect with anybody. And the only reason he's on YouTube is for friendship. That was weird. But other than that, oh man, it's crazy. Crazy. Absolutely insanity. He's a fat kid. Yeah. Hey, you got some great emojis there. Yeah. Anyways, most ladies on there just having a pretty face. No one cares what they have to say most of the time. Yeah, as long as they get the boobies out, it's all good. It's all good, man. Yeah, no, Anna and I completely agree. If you're sleep deprived, no, brother. No. Don't have to do that, right? You don't have to do that. I know for a fact, dude, I took when I had my July party, I took time off because I was just worn out. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hang out with my boys, take some time off, and come back swinging, right? Bus Brown says massive difference between cancel culture and yeah, right? You know what I'm saying? Cancel culture is firing somebody for wearing a sombrero like 10 years ago. That's what cancel culture is. Cancel culture is when a random guy that works at like an entertainment company or a tech company, a picture of him goes viral wearing a sombrero when he was 14 years old and he gets fired for it. That's cancel culture. Getting banned from Renfair because you're following people around saying fucked up stuff for hours, that ain't cancel culture, bro. All right? Do people call it cancel culture? Like, do murderers, when they get arrested, say, you're canceling me? All I did was murder people. It's like, no, you see, you broke the law. All right, next one up, it says, quartering speed reads an ad, fumbles in parts, doesn't show any copy from the sponsor. So this goes hand in hand with the super chats thing, right? Archive says, you see Anna's pregnant again? I did. Hell yeah. So he already said he doesn't care if people super chat him at all. Gives two shits if people super chat him, right? So this is kind of similar to that. Like, he doesn't care about these sponsors either, right? So.
And she's about to find out, and I'm 100% here for it. 100% here for it. I do want to give a huge shout out to this stream's sponsor.
Why is he always so out of breath? My man, dude. My man looks like he ran a 5K every time he streams. He's like out of breath, like he's dying.
Here, do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, or have you filed every year but still keep owing? Did you retire and suddenly get hit with a tax bill you didn't expect?
He sounds like Rocky in Rocky 2 when he tries to do commercials for money. and he gets fired. Hey, you ever get punched in the face like me? I'm sorry. What was the line again? That's what he sounds like when he's reading this. He sounds like Rocky from Rocky 2. Listen.
Go back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, or have you filed every year but still keep owing? Did you retire and suddenly get hit with a tax bill you didn't expect? Are you a business owner with messy books and a balance you can't afford? Maybe you pulled money from your 401k or IRA early. Now the IRS wants its share. However your tax issue started, the outcome is the same. Your balance is not going down. Penalties grow. Interest compounds. And many of you are about to owe again this
My man's about to pass out.
upcoming year with no plan in place. Stop what you're doing and call Tax Network USA. The IRS is not waiting. The IRS is enforcing collections through wage garnishments, bank levies, and property seizures. They can even file for you without your consent. File for you without your consent. This is where Tax Network USA comes in. With over 15 years in the business, there hasn't been a tax case that they haven't seen or resolved.
God, they haven't seen it. They haven't even seen it or resolved it at all. Hasn't happened. My man is about to pass out from reading. Give me the sombrero and poncho combo. Tough as hell. Dude, I agree with that, man. But see, like Hispanic people love when white people celebrate Cinco de Mayo. You know? Cruel Lothar says, that's how I sounded before I had a Widowmaker. Thank you, cool. Appreciate you. Cruel. Thank you, brother. Yeah, dude. All right, let's continue.
They specialize in tax controversies and help taxpayers nationwide help get back on track, resolving back taxes and unfiled returns once and for all. Whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, their team has resolved.
I have to put this out there. Jer has had 10 chats, 9 or 10 chats in a minute and 14 seconds with apparently 5,000 concurrent. 5,000 concurrent. I get like 20 or 30 in that time period with 800 right now. I don't know about that, boys. Dead Reckoning. What's up, buddy? Where the hell you been? It's funny how Jared says Chris only got fired for the big back. But we all know it wasn't just that. Challenging Venti, then snaking Venti, dodging the casino. But yeah, I mean, again, it was the way it was all handled. And there was kind of a way out of that, in my opinion. Like, it wasn't the end of the world when I saw it. I remember being like, you could probably fix this. And like one day, just pop up a stream and be like, I goofed hard here. Let's fix this. Let's move forward. But since that didn't really happen, it just kind of put the nail in the coffin, right? And I think that's what everybody was waiting for, right? So it's not the end of the world, nor is it shameful to admit when you were wrong. It is not horrible and shameful to admit when you're wrong. Take your lumps. Be like, look, I fucked up. Take your lumps that are well-deserved and then truck forward and try to do better as a result. Try to learn from it, right? There's nothing wrong with that. And it's like, seems like the more I watch this stuff, the more people are, they would rather die than to admit they were wrong, which is terrifying, you know? Raceland Sly says, ignore this super chat while I take a rip from the bong. By the way, watch out for them redheads. You'll make the best or worst decision of your life. What? Thank you, Raceland Sly. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you for that big drop, buddy. We love you, buddy. Did Cheap Chimp? This guy's a piece of shit. No, that's what happened. If you just apologize, ignore the whole thing. Yep. That easy. Right? I'm actually shocked it went this far. I'm actually shocked that we are 3 months into this. Shit, I took like a month off of talking about the shit. I can't believe it's still happening. The only reason I'm talking about it now is because Jeremy called me out for no reason. He's like, Camelot's a bitch. I'm like, whoa! All right, I guess we got to talk about him. Like, what the fuck? You know? Dead Reckoning says, I'm still salty that Jared snaked Yellow Flash. Yeah, well, that was not surprising in the slightest. That wasn't surprising in the slightest. Again, Jeremy rests on the fact that people will say no to a debate. And then when they say yes, he just disappears and says he's deleting. Remember that? Remember when he didn't show up to Flash's debate and then like 2 hours before the debate said he was taking a time off social media? What a fat bitch. For lack of a better phrase. Look, I'm not trying to be cruel, Lothar. I'm not trying to be cruel and be like an asshole here. But what a fat bitch. What a big fat bitch. Are you kidding? You kidding? That's like fat bitch behavior. right? That's straight up level 70 tier 6 armor butter golem behavior. It's crazy. Yeah, Luke himself. I remember thinking about that months ago. It's just he's on uppers, he's on downers, he's drinking alcohol, he's taking Adderall, he's addicted to Afrin. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff going on, you know. But at any rate, shout out to Shadow, by the way, the top gifted subber of the entire month. Again, I love you and I appreciate you. Kick has been crazy this month. Thank you. Review Tech Mongolia. Shout out for your kicks earlier. I'm going to give you a B. There's your B. Enjoy your B. You deserve your B. All right. Let's hear him read the rest of this ad.
Over $1 billion in tax debt, and they can do the same for you, but you have to call now. They're planning a free investigation. Call with the IRS. After this investigation, they put in a clear case plan in place to resolve your tax problem and get you back on track. This is about you using your legal rights to take control of the government sets the terms for you. Before the government sets the terms for you. Do not wait for another IRS letter or a frozen bank account. Call 1-800-958-1000. That's 1-800-958-1000 or visit tnusa.com/.
I specifically would avoid this company like the plague if I heard this shit. This is insanity. Brother, I didn't even graduate high school. I left school in 10th grade because I just didn't care for it anymore. I just never went again. And somehow, my understanding of the English language is higher than his. And I'm borderline retarded. Okay? I'm borderline retarded. And my man can't read. That's rough, dude. Dead Reckoning says, I wanted to see Yellow Flash tear apart the Mongoloid. But Jared's suffering his own private hell with those Renfair posts being called out. Well, here's the issue, Dead Reckoning, is if Jeremy would have never posted about the Renfair, no one would have said anything. You know what I'm saying? No one would have said anything. But he has mentioned Renfair like 10 times in the last week to imply he's going. And now everybody's trolling his ass because of it. Just could have said nothing, and I don't think anybody would have said anything. He is the grave digger of his own grave, you know? Thank you, Dead Reckoning. I appreciate you. Epic Fantasy says, Camelot still Frenching Nick Ricada. No, he won't acknowledge me anymore. After everything we've been through, this son of a bitch. God. Countless hookers. It's like it means nothing to him anymore. Yes, dissection, exactly. It's like the second coming of egg, for sure, yeah.
Jeremy, or click the link in the description down below. Shout out Text Network USA.
Yeah.
And
see, this is the rough thing about Rumble's ad reads that just automatically pay you. That's awful. Like if you sent that to a company, so if you guys know, like content creators will do ads a lot, and those ads will consist of you reading a certain script, or you can kind of change it depending on how you sell it. And then you can send that to the actual company themselves, and they will either approve and or deny it. If you sent that to that company, they would deny that shit so hard, and they might even ask if you're mentally challenged. You know what I'm saying? They might actually ask, hey, you know what? They might be mentally challenged. I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. Might be retarded. Might be a little retarded. Oh my gosh, boys. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Dead Reckoning. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, dude. He should be charged. That's what I'm saying. He should be charging for, he should be the one paying for that ad read. It's insanity. You know what I'm saying? Now, for me, I don't do ad reads because I feel like people get enough ads already. So, and also I'm afraid they're all scammers because they all come. I get emails every day and it's like, hey brother, can you please do a collab with us? And I just don't respond because I'm assuming they just want to steal my identity every single time. So I'm like, no, thank you. All I have is my identity. It's very important to me, you see? Oh, anyways. All right, so let's check this out. Next. This is a beautiful picture as well. I'm pulling it up. I love it. It's just so fabulous. Look at this. I've seen what you do at Renfair, catcalling women and being an utter sex pest. We support your Renfair ban. Banned from the Renfair for being a fat regard. Look at him in his little scooter. Did you hear the other day? I'm sure you guys have heard this already, but I thought it was so magical that TheQuartering claimed he was too large for a Easy-Go scooter, which means he's too fat, right? You got to think the people that are on Easy-Go scooters are usually a little bit shorter. So they're like 400 pounds, but they look really big because they're, you know, they're short. He's really tall and he's also fat. So he's like 450, 500 pounds easy, probably way over the weight allotment for these things. Way over the weight allotment for these things. You know, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work, boys. I'm telling you what. And he needs a Gundam to carry his fat ass around. That's what I'm saying, brother. So this says, Grok says you lied. Uh-oh. It says, based on the available evidence, do you agree with the accusations that Jeremy Hambley claimed his coffee is not drop shift and this is a fact? Or is it a lie? You know, and I got to be completely honest with you guys. At this point, if I'm Jeremy, and I know this is a little bit of a segue, but if I'm Jeremy at this point, I'm just going to come out and be like, look, bro, I'm drop shipping it. Fuck it. If you still want to buy it, you want to buy it. If you don't, whatever. I don't know why I've lied about it for so long, but I just found myself saying it, and then I just, you know, couldn't go back on it. So, but here I'm getting out in front of everybody. I goofed. I fucked up. And my coffee company is actually this. Jabataza, or whatever you want to call it. Because he claimed the other day when everybody noticed the Jabataza labels, he accidentally shared on screen. Why he still shares his monitor and not a specific window on OBS, I will never understand. But that's irrelevant at this point. He accidentally shared labels from a company called Jabataza where he was shipping stuff to customers, right? Which it looks like that is the dropship company, right? But he came out and said, actually, it was the K-Cups because he didn't have a K-Cup machine. But everything else is totally legit. Only the stuff that anyone else has seen with their own eyes, that's the correct stuff, right? And unfortunately, even if that's true, it means when he said he was using $80,000 in donations from his chat to get a K-Cup machine, means he was lying about that originally. So he accidentally told on himself with this new evidence, which kind of sucks. What about Mill Creek? So Mill Creek, from what I remember about Mill Creek, is he had like videos and images inside the Mill Creek facility, and then he just made people wear shirts that said Coffee Brand Coffee. So it actually wasn't his company. But I don't know if he still uses that. I think he switched. And I could be wrong about that. Luther Morgan would definitely know about all this. But I think he switched. Watchtower, you can't handle the truth. I don't know how bad it is for ad reads, but if a company was paying me to read an ad, I'd probably rehearse it a little before I don't fuck it up. Yeah, dude, 100%. 100%. I would start over if I fucked it up. About, look, they're giving me $500. They deserve me to read this shit correctly and with full gusto. Thank you, Watchtower. I appreciate you. Hey, guys, can you do me a favor and like the show? If you're on or if you're on Kick, throw me a B. That's all I require. Thank you, Dissection, for your jewels. Thank you, Watchtower. Dead Reckoning. If Chrissy appears on Jared's show as a new host, quote the mean consequences will never be the. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's core memory from early internet days. Consequences will never be the same. Didn't that girl die? I forgot. I figured her name now. Biggest Dickus. She died, right? I feel like I remember reading that. I could be making this shit up in my head. Yeah, look at them bees, boys. Look at them bees. Look at them bees. Look at them bees. I should probably pop up the chat, right? I keep forgetting. There you go. There's your bees. I would not trust anything Jared does. His coffee, for all I know, is actually coming from China, swept off the ground for pennies. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At this point, if Jeremy was wearing a pink shirt and told me he was wearing a pink shirt, I wouldn't believe him. You know? I would believe that I'm getting fibbed. Somebody's fibbing me. You know? So, at any rate, another beautiful thing is Renfair also made another statement towards Jeremy Hambley. So let's bring that up now. It's salmon. No, it's salmon. See, that's what I'm saying. You know, you can't trust him. It's a salmon shirt, brother. It's a salmon shirt, brother. So here's a response from Bristol, Renfair. It says, thank you for sending us this information about Jeremy Hambley. Our security team is already aware of his statements. We have banned all email addresses associated with the information, including photos. Although cameras are permitted inside the fair, all other equipment, including microphones, is prohibited. Should they show up, they would be turned away. Live streaming is prohibited at the fair. Isn't that crazy? That something that, I was saying that's your email. Is this your email? How dare you dox yourself? Brother. No, so that being said, okay, imagine all the people, like the decent people that are streaming at Renfair. Like, for example, I'm going to the Southeast Game Exchange this weekend. Okay, I'm doing a guest spot there. And I'm going to be live streaming on the floor. I'm going to be live streaming on the floor and talking to people, and everyone does that. Imagine ruining live streaming for everyone else. Imagine ruining live streaming for every person that goes to Renfair. That's insanity. That's crazy. Whew. Tell you what, boys. In the highly unlikely event that he were to enter the fair, he would be stopped. Jeremy Hambley has been notified that he is banned from our property. We are prepared to take the next legal steps should he attempt to enter. Oh, please, Jeremy, go. Please, Jeremy, just go. You know what? At this point, let's go. Just go, Jeremy. Let's just go. Just do it. Just do it for our benefit. Sam says live streaming isn't period correct at Renfair kind of breaks immersion. Yeah, sure. But to be fair, Sam, like most people go in there are dressed in like normal clothes, and have their phones out, right? So I wouldn't really have a problem with it, but now after what Jeremy's done, I mean, that makes sense. Dead Reckoning. The Mean Girl's alive and is a weirdo. Her dad died, though. Guess his heart done goofed. No. No, he done goofed. Oh, rest in peace to that guy. Early internet was so awesome, dude. So fun. Those were the days of our lives. That's for sure. Shout out to the Top Dog Collie Golf. We're one red boy on the YouTube side from a rainbow night. Thank you, guys. And shout out to Review Tech Mongolia for the kicks today. I love you. And Tiffanol for the Rumble rants earlier. I appreciate you guys. Everybody's in on it. They're all in on it. All right, next. All right, a little bit more information for you guys. And I'm pretty sure this is Keno Grove that posted this. It says, in Bristol, Wisconsin, a formal trespass notice is a written warning that legally bans a specific individual from private or commercial property. Once the notice is served, either by the property owner or local law enforcement, returning to the property can result in immediate arrest for criminal trespass under Wisconsin State Statute 943.13. My man's going to find himself in legal trouble all because he wants to film some asses. Insane. Just don't film the ass, right? Just don't film the asses. Okay? Actually, you know what would be a good idea here? Obviously TheQuartering blocked me a long time ago when I said, you know what's crazy? He didn't block me for the Renfair video I posted. But he blocked me for saying that he wears concealer, which is the weirdest thing. What? Huh? I am confused. All right, anyways. There it is. Here it is. He didn't delete this one, which is surprising. Your free speech warrior, everyone. Mango says, don't give him that. Oh, well, they're not together, man. Ooh. Eventually that's going to come out, right? Eventually it's going to have to come out. Let's see. All right. Next thing's next. Support your local Renfair. So TheQuartering posted this today at 10:37 a.m. Of course, this is him implying that he is at Renfair right now with these guys right here on their illustrious horses and their illustrious armor. All their illustrious glory. The glory. That's a great picture. All right. Oh, did he delete? Oh, I think he deleted some of the comments on here. He totally did. Unexpected. So somebody commented and said you need to stop drinking, and he says you need to like fuck off or something. Yeah, he deleted a lot of those, I guess. Well, let's just look at hidden replies, shall we? Shall we look at hidden replies? Yes, yeah. Let's gladly do so. Here we go. Hidden replies for the chat. 2024 was such a good year. Why did he hide that one? It's almost as if he's lying. LOL, I knew he'd do this. Post pics someone else took and then act like he totally wasn't owned. Oh, he's deleting all those. Damn, brother. Does he not realize people can like read the hidden chat? I don't understand. He does realize we can all like read this openly. This photo was taken during July 21st, 2024 during a jousting tournament at Bristol Renaissance Fair. It depicts performers from a professional jousting troupe, likely the jouster, specifically featuring Sir Maximilian, the jousting Earl of Braden. The knight on the left, identified by the distinct black and gold Order of the Lion caparison, horse covering, is a regular participant of the event. 2024. Interesting. He hid all these. Hey, are you walking around talking about how many MILFs there are while mouth breathing to the camera? Aren't you banned from there? Why is he hiding these? He doesn't want anybody to see these things? Are they fans of Drop Ship Coffee brand Drop Chip Coffee Jer? Another AI? Oh, what could have been? Too bad you couldn't contain your creep show. Black Seal says, is this the one that you're banned for being obnoxious? Tough news for local mothers who just wanted a nice weekend outing for the kids without being filmed and followed by a hyper sex alcoholic Hodor. Hold the door. Oh no. My boy. Look how they massacred my boy. Oh. Oh. Hold the door. Hold the door. Except the cuckering can't because he's banned. This person says, the one you were banned from, huh? It's an old photo. He's hiding replies. Rest in peace. They banned you for being a pervert. Aren't you banned for being a drunken sex pest? Jesus. They're getting my boy. They're getting my boy. They're tearing him up. Where's that one? Somebody should post that picture. I can't post it. I'm blocked. Post a picture where it says you're getting bodied in the comments and you kind of deserve it. Right? Is that what it says? I don't remember. Somebody should post that. You sit on a throne of lies. This person says, Blair says, you're baiting. You didn't actually go because you know they have posters of your face up and they would trespass you on site since, you know, you're banned from Renfair. You know what they should do? Hey, Goose, are you in here, Goose? You know what you should do, Goose? Since you have some kind of repertoire with the Bristol Renfair, oh my God, dude. You should send them that banned picture of that Kino posted. Like, you know, banned or wanted or whatever. Send that to Renfair and encourage them to post it up. Like wanted posters. It would match the aesthetic and match the time period, right? Those like gray burlap posters all over the Renfair. Come on. Dude, I would totally do it if I worked there. I owned it. Post them everywhere. Woo! Banned. It'd be hilarious. It would be like a wanted poster from back in the day. Totally match the aesthetic. Let's do it. Get on it, Goose. That is your job, Goose. Get him, Goose. I've seen what you do at the Renfair. Catcalling women and being an utter sex pest. We support your Renfair ban. Banned from the Renfair for being a fat retard. Oh my gosh, dude. This is like making my like stomach hurt. I'm laughing. Ooh. What's up, Daniel? Coffee brand coffee needs to make a flavor called Drop Chip. Tastes like depression and denial. Rest in peace, brother. You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. That meme has been posted to TheQuartering. I feel like I need to shower now after looking at this page. I tell you what, brother. And, you know, here's the thing. And I know this is like a double standard, right? But if TheQuartering was like a real good-looking dude, like real tall, like stoic, and had a giant jaw, it wouldn't be as awful. His antics wouldn't be as awful. You know? It just doesn't help that he's just a pile of awful. You know? He looks like something out of a Cronenberg movie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't help. It makes everything much worse. Much worse. All right, boys. Trojer the Feltonator. Oh no. Our poor boy. He's been massacred. He's been massacred. All right, we got to look at this one. Okay, we have that one was so funny. We got to go to the next one. I'm sorry. I got to do it. We got to see the hidden replies on this one. You know they're going to be hilarious. Maverick says, chat asked him what the oranges are for. He crashed out harder than you. Oh, you just got to throw strays at me every time, don't you, Maverick? Come on, brother. Come on, brother. I didn't wreck that much, brother. Come on, just most of the time. Just most of the time. Come on, brother. Oh, my gosh. Thank you, brother. All right. So the quartering says, 90 degrees for opening weekend at the Renfair. Hard to stay hydrated with all that delicious meat. Oh, this was the one. Okay, he didn't delete this. It says, you need to quit drinking. He says, you need to eat shit. My boy was about 5. No? He's about 5 fireballs in. 5 fireballs in right here when he said that shit. You know, you can always tell when he's drinking a lot of fireballs because he starts being like, fuck off. I'm so badass. Right? And Jeremy needs to understand, though, we love him. We like it. We this is fun. We have such a great time. You know, he should embrace it. He should embrace the greatness. The greatness. You mean he's drunk? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yes. All right, here's the hidden replies, boys. You ready? You should do an IRL stream at the Renfair. The last one was really good. I say this out of concern. At your age and weight, you should really start to be concerned about diabetes. He probably already has type 2, right? I've known a lot of people develop type 2 diabetes that are extremely overweight, and they just never talk about it. Right? Creeping on women and children again, I see. They were supposed to kick you out, but I guess they gave up because you're too damn fat. We can't get him out, sir. He's too large. The flight Videodrome. Hell yeah, brother. Videodrome's booze. Your fat ass isn't at Renfair. You're malding in the basement dreaming of sucking dick. What? You dream of chicks with dicks by your own admission and let other men fuck your wife. Oh, damn. He went hard, brother. Sopa Dupa went hard. He went straight for the jugular. Damn. Hidden reply, by the way. You know what's sad, too? Because the fact that it's hidden means Jeremy read it. Fat. He hid that one. He literally said on stream the other day he doesn't care if people call him fat on the internet. He hid this one that says fat? Brother, I think you might care, guys. I think you might care, boys. Yeah, exactly, McSteller. How are you going to physically remove a 450-pound man? You know? Any moms there that are DTF? Well, they got kids, like he says. Like the quartering says, if they got kids, they are down to fuck. Interesting to go to a Renfair and admit drinking, considering the last time you went and got drunk, you harassed women, filmed children, and got your degenerate ass banned for being a filthy creep. Hidden reply. Tomorrow during Quartering's live stream with 400 viewers, he's going to brag about how he fooled everyone. But in the end, we're not pill-popping alcoholic cucks, so we still win. Tell the pool to go easy on her, Jer. Go easy on her, baby. Goose said someone commented on mine that Quartering's wife was getting railed by the real estate bull while he was scrolling in the corner or something like that. Jesus Christ. The chat's wild. You guys are wild, brother. Oh my gosh. RJ says, how long before Jeremy gets charges pressed against him? I don't know, man. I think Jeremy avoids that. You know, barring anything internet based, I think Jeremy avoids that just because he doesn't go out in public, right? So, genuine question. I know they like to keep things era accurate at these events. So when they see a Shrek-sized homosexual like you come in, do they drag you to town square and whip you? Oh my God. Oh shit. That's rough. That's a good one. That's like one of the top ones. Top 3 for sure. Top three. Oh my God, it's funny, dude. And you know what the funny thing is if the Quartering in the very, very beginning just leaned into these jokes and just had a good time with them, you know, he'd be fine. say, hey, here's actually what's going on in my coffee company. Here's where it's located, blah, blah, blah. Get out in front of everything, admit the truth, say you goofed, and just laugh at yourself. You'd be all right. You got to laugh. You got to be able to laugh at yourself, man. If you can't laugh at yourself, what's the point? Doctor says, don't even lie. They didn't let your fat ass in. Jeremy says he needs to have some fun before legal action is taken against him for scamming $80,000 out of people by saying he needed a K-cut machine. That was true. That was true. He did do that. Prove you were there. Oh, wait, you won't because you're a band. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Jesus, brother. Jesus. I mean, how can you not do anything but laugh in these situations? Like, damn, brother. Are we getting a Renfair video of you at post activities? A quote? Oh, okay. I was hoping he quote tweeted that. Imagine if he posted a vlog. Again, like I said, Jeremy doesn't go out and do stuff, so we don't have to worry about that. He's very non-confrontational, But I saw this earlier, and I thought this was very, very interesting, actually. I was kind of there. Luke, you watched that back in the day? Luke himself, damn, live. Yeah, Jay Dizzle, exactly. Like, who cares, And that's my point. That's my point from the very beginning, Jay Dizzle, is everybody is the Renfair thing is kind of over. It's kind of last month's news, right? Or fuck, May? Shit, I don't know. And it's dead and gone and buried. But then he's like, oh, guess what? Renfair's happening. I'm totally going. And then starts all this rhetoric up again. And now Bristol Renfair are emailing Goose and emailing other people saying they have his picture posted, which way they need to do more. And we need to get video of that. That'd be fun. Could you imagine the casino? Brother, I get that shit framed and put it behind me. Beautiful. That'd be some funny shit, dude. All right. So this says, I saw this earlier. This is kind of, to be honest, this is kind of irrelevant to the situation, but I wanted to bring it up. So Quartering says, celebrating someone's death is a natural human reaction when they've been dehumanized. People feel good about it, but it's a powerful thing to put out there in the world. It's not something worth doing. You can call it karma. You can call it whatever you want. It's not worth it. By the way, okay. Every time somebody dies that Jeremy doesn't like, he always says ripperonis. You ever notice that? When it's announced somebody died, he's like, oh, ripperonis, right? Completely making light of it. But then he says on Twitter the complete opposite. Again, like I was saying earlier, the way Jeremy kind of talks and presents himself is he forgets everything that happened beforehand, right? He forgets everything that he's ever done or said. Therefore, he can't be guilty of said thing because it's never happened, right? I read this thing a long time ago, and it was like the past, present, and future, like 15 seconds. Like Jeremy 15 seconds ago isn't the same Jeremy. That's a different Jeremy that has no accountability. So the current Jeremy has done nothing wrong. The Jeremy from 15 minutes ago was a different person. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. But at any rate, trying to talk about Jeremy, but you get what I'm saying. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is this Otto Ramel? My man, fat bastard. Otto Ramel, my boy, dude. How you doing, brother? Welcome back, man. I missed the hell out of you. I missed the hell out of my boy, man. That night we spent together, I'll forget. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. It was a very nice night. And before anybody says anything, we stayed up all night drinking and watching Kung Fu movies. It was a great time, dude. He's a great ass dude, man. He's an awesome guy. Oh, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, dude. Love you, man. Shout out to Otto Ramel coming in strong. He's gay. No, it's not what you think, Review Tech Mongolia. I promise. I love women's. I love women's. Please, don't get the wrong idea. I love women's. Oh shit, Otto, you killing me, brother. All right, thank you, buddy. Otto Ramel with a pink boy. Actually, let's give him a doobie doobies.
Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doobie doo.
Thank you so much for your pink boy, Otto Ramel. Jace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to Otto Ramel coming in strong. Goose quacks, yes, sir. They're for you, Goose. All right. I'm a big fan. I don't know if you realize this, Goose. Big fan. Big fan, Goose. Thank you, Otto Ramel. I love you. A pink boy, a red boy, and an orange boy. Super fat. Fat bastard. Fat. Super fat. Hell yeah. Shout out to Otto Ramel. Thank you, brother. I appreciate all the support. Thank you. And again, I read these super chats because unlike Jeremy, he said super chats aren't important. You should just ignore them. Right? No. You the people that support you, you give them the time of the day and you give them love because without them, we're nothing. Without them, I am nothing. What was that from? Without it, I am nothing. Oh, it's Moana with the hook. Without it, I am nothing. Yeah. I've not seen the new one, but I don't need to see it, to be honest. Can everybody do me a favor in honor of Otto Ramel? Can you please give me a like on the show and a B on the kick? Thank you. A B on the kick. I'll do it too. Hold on. I'm going on. There you go. Thank you, Otto. I love you. Thank you, Otto. I appreciate you. Gold boy in the house. Thank you. Otto with the gold boy. Otto with the ultra super duper fat. Teal boy. He's rainbowing by himself. You crazy bastard. Would you tell us what you owe in your house? Yeah, of course. How much do I owe in the house? 440? 440,000. I put like over 120 down. I can't remember now. It's been a long time, brother. Thank you, Maverick Cuba, and thank you, Otto. Shout out to Otto, everybody. The guy is the man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your love on the Monday night, man. I really appreciate that. You put us 80 away from Naked Snake by yourself. Thank you, brother. I love you. Top dog on Kick is Mr. Review Tech Mongolia. Top dog on YouTube, Otto Ramel. Top dog on Rumble, Tiffany. Thank you, guys. Shout out to all the boys. All right, let's continue. Thank you, Otto. Appreciate you, brother. We need to get together, maybe in Vegas or something soon. Anyways, so I'm sure somebody has brought this up, right? We're not celebrating a death idiot. We're insuring, but no, he's going to be worth in health. Well, actually, you know what? Let's go to hidden replies. I don't know if this is going to have anything worth anything, but let's go to hidden replies. Just sell it. Why would I sell it? What are you talking about? You gotta pay for it. You buy it, you pay for it. Oh, he's just hiding the normal replies. Mortgage must be nuts. No, it's fine. It was nuts for a second, but I petitioned my property taxes and fixed it. My property taxes got really high, and I petitioned them and got them cut by like a mountain. So kind of fixed that whole situation. The only reply he hit on that one was, "Aren't you supposed to be at the Renfair this weekend?" Oh, that's 8. You are banned. Oh, that's right. You're banned. Suffer. Hell yeah, brother. Suffer, my man. Poor guy. Poor boy. All right. Seriously, anyone that demands I give empathy to someone I do not know, let alone that reveals and putting our guys and gals in forever wars, I hope. Well, I mean, here's the way I see it, right? And I'm just doing the honest like thing that I feel. I'm not going to pretend to be like super butthurt, but I'm also not going to attack, right? So if somebody dies and I don't know who it is and I'm indifferent, like I'm not going to really think about it. It's not going to weigh on my mind, but I'm also not going to be like, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not passionate enough, I think, about that. How big is it? What you pay for it? It was like 500. It was 530 or something. It's like not huge. Here's what happened, Maverick Cuba. I bought my first house when I was 22 for nothing. And then of course, like over the next 10 years, the property value skyrocketed where I was from, and I sold it for like triple what I paid for it. And then I rolled 100% of that over into my down payment on my new house. So I didn't actually really pay anything. So it wasn't like I went, dropped money or anything. I just literally took the check I got from the sale and gave it to the new mortgage or whatever. Come on, Jowsbury. Come on, Jowsbury. Have some heart, brother. What if Cecil died? I love Cecil. Even though he's a bitch, I love him. All right. So, like, Cecil's kind of a little bitch, but I love him. Shout out to Otto Ramel, by the way. Thank you, Otto. I love you, buddy. Appreciate you, dude. You need to DM my ass. Because I plan on going to Vegas at some point this year. So we should get together and watch. We got to make a PDH watch that one movie I can never remember the name of. The one you showed me that has like small films in it. Thought that was great. All right. We should all go in and buy Jared's house. Imagine the smell, though. Brother. Alabama. Yeah, it was. I got really lucky with that. Creep Show. No, it's like a Kung Fu movie. It has like a bunch of Kung Fu shorts, and it's like funny. Otto knows. We watched it. We watched that and Kong Pao, and it was fantastic. And we just drank. It was a great night, man. A lot of fun. At any rate, I keep burping the Bulldog ramen, and it's like burning me. In a good way, though. I'm totally good with it. Savvy weighed on this, which I thought was really cool. I think Savvy's cool. Crazy Busy Belong Believe. What's up, brother? Well, I'm glad you're here, brother. Let me know the name. Text me the name of that film that we watched with all the karate. Or the Kung Fu karate. Karate Kid 8. He's back and he's pissed. Savvy said, and this is after Don posted that TheQuartering is claiming to be at Renfair. He's been officially banned from it after his disturbing live stream of him filming women and making sexually inappropriate comments. And Savvy says, this piece of shit, Quartering, has only gotten worse and worse and more arrogant. He is addiction incarnate and needs to get off the internet for his own health for at least 30 days. The spiral will only get worse. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? You got this, man. You get paid off. That's the idea, brother. It's reasonable. It's not crazy. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. He got my ass. He got me good. But here's the thing with Jeremy is it was when I talked to Nick recently. I shouldn't say recently. It was right when the fallout happened. Like right when all the big Jeremy stuff was coming out. Allegedly. Okay, obviously I didn't hear the phone conversation. But, he called Jeremy called Nick and was like apparently super worried about money, tripping out, and hated streaming and hated his audience and didn't want to do it anymore, but he has to because of Rumble, and he just was tired. And he was also apparently super drunk. So, like, I don't think he can actually stay off of the internet for a while. I don't think he actually has that option, And also he probably can't afford it. Let's be honest, because he's probably with the chump change he's making. If I super chat you Zillow listings, just DM me Maverick Cuba on like Instagram or X. You don't have to super chat, brother. You super chat too much already. I appreciate you, brother. Just DM me on an app and I'll talk to you. We'll become fast friends, brother. Doobie don't, Jer, please. No. Hello, Governor. Is that Mary Nyer? Is that the Michael Nyer significant other? How you doing? All right, let's read this. He's a law cow now. The milk must flow. Savvy says the arrogance and challenging the internet that is really not needed. Yeah, 100%. That is the only reason any of this happened, is because he keeps challenging the internet in the worst way possible. Oh my God, kick door. You know what I'm saying? He keeps challenging the internet to come after him when he's drunk, and then he super regrets it later. Dude, just get off the internet. If it is possible, if it's actually, let's say it's legitimately possible for him to leave the internet for a month, he should do that. 100%. You know what I'm saying? He should get out now. But I wager he can't, because he has contractual obligations to, I guess, Rumble or whatever. I don't know. From what I understand, he doesn't have a contract with Rumble anymore. But maybe he does have a small contract through ad reads, because I know some people got some like ad read contracts where they get paid way more for ad reads and they get front page space. So instead of them getting paid like $100,000 by Rumble, they'll get a contract, and this contract will get them on the front page for getting like 5,000 concurrent, which will pay them like $2,000 per ad read or something. So technically they're getting like a salary by getting forced on the front page and reading ad reads that pay per viewer, right? That's what I understand now. Because I talked to the CEO of Rumble, and he was encouraging me to get on Rumble Studio and get with them and start doing ad reads. And I was just like, give me, I didn't literally say give me money, but I was like, I'm going to need like a lump. I'm going to need a lump, brother. I need the lump, man. I was implying, I was pushing a little. I was like, come on, give me a lump. I need a lump, a little bit of lump, a little bit of lump. It'd be fun for a stream. Our stream. Mary Nair says, Michael says hi to you. Well, tell him I love him. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate you, baby. Otto Ramel says, suffer, fatty. Suffer. Suffer, fatty. Thank you, brother. Hamley is selling all his junk, then gambling the money away. I hope not, man. That'd be the worst thing you can do. Like, gambling, bro, is absolute horror stories I've read from gambling. I've only gambled once. I took out $300, went to a roulette table, and lost it all in like 20 minutes. It almost felt like no matter where I put my money, it automatically lost. I was with Cecil. I pulled out $300, lost it immediately. Thank you, Otto. I appreciate you. Full on Rainbow Knotting. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Holly says, is there a Rumble Arca car? A Rumble car in Arca? Oh, we were in talks for like a year, bro. And I just gave up. You know, and also I'm tired anyway. It's fine. This is better. Lugnut Games on Kick says Jeremy's issue is that he thinks by silencing the handful of critics he sees, he will outlast this storm. What he fails to realize is that he isn't/can't do anything about the hundreds of people who send his shenanigans to the main critics. Well, that's the thing. He thought silencing the casino, like the clip channel, he thought getting rid of it would save him. But that's called the Streisand effect, boys. It's like Kino Hydra. A lot pop up as a result of that. You incite. Getting rid of the faith only incites the faithful, right? That's the popular saying, correct? So when you do something like that, you only encourage people. I mean, that's the reason I'm fucking talking about it. Was when I saw that shit, I'm like, all right, let's go. I don't really care for him anyway. Let's go. We're gonna dig in, right? And then I got away from it, and then that son of a bitch started talking shit about me for no reason. I didn't do nothing. I'm innocent, you see. I am innocent, you say. I am but a humble baby. So. Close and Almost Cigar. Kentucky Fried Movie. That's it. Hell yeah, dude. That was the one. That shit was awesome. Awesome. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I think that's it. That should be right. Otto Ramel, my boy, says...
Dooby-dooby-doo.
Close and Almost Cigar, Kentucky Fried Chicken, or Kentucky Fried Movie. Thank you, brother. Let me Google that so I can have it pulled up so I can show it to Jesse. Kentucky Fried Movie. 1977. Hell yeah, brother. All right, got it pulled up. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Otto Ramel. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Jared doesn't care about super chats since he's doing fine with whiskey money. Where'd it go? Wise money. Sorry. Thank you. BK says Camelot got more donos tonight than Jared did in 2 weeks. More than he got in a month, actually. Because that's how we roll, brother. Jared said he doesn't care about super chats. And he doesn't let super chats rule his show. And the reason is because he doesn't get super chats. Again, it's really easy to say that you don't care about super chats when you don't get them. right? Thank you, Otto. Shout out to my boy. I love you, buddy. Appreciate you, dude. Shout out to the boy. Let's hear it for the boy. Let's hear it for the man. It's shocking to be honest that Jeremy's making any statements on a Monday. To be honest, a Monday. So,
Hail Hydra.
Let's. You want to wait?
And that's a go.
All right, let's pull up. We're gonna pull up a Kino Hydra Heads video where he has the Manic Monday clips. Super. What is it called? The super cut. I like him, so we're gonna do that. There we go. God, that's a big face. Gregory Lieber, my dad taught me, son, here's a 20, puts in a slot machine, and now it's gone, which in itself was a gamble. Almost taught me the wrong lesson. Gregory Lieber. I played slots. I think I was with Tim Pool, and he like put money in a slot machine and let me just press buttons on it for a while. Pretty sure I lost all of it. I can't remember. It's been a while now. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you, Gregory Lieber. Thank you, buddy. Let's see what old Kino got.
Hail Hydra.
Nothing is beyond our reach. Hail Hydra.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Hail Hydra.
Hey, how's everyone going? How's everyone doing on this Monday? Monday.
God, my boy is cringer and fuck. Oh, the feigning energetic like radio host. The feigning this energetic radio host. I don't know why, but it's funny to me.
We've got all the weekend news. Hope you're doing well.
Say the thing. Say the thing. Say the thing.
Shout out to Arizona. I see you out there. Check in. Give me a check in where you're from. How hot is it? It's very hot in Wisconsin right now. 90s-ish degrees.
Okay, he's talking about the weather. Remember, we got to take a shot. We have the quartering bingo card, right? Take a shot if he mentions the weather. Take a shot if he says, "How was your weekend?" Okay. Take a shot if he crashes out over anything.
Very, very hot. Very, very hot. But, you know, that's the way it goes.
By the way, I have this on 1.25 speed.
Let's see here. Coverage. Oh, hold on a second here. How you doing? Oceanside. It's hotter than California where I am here.
Bro, I have this on 1.25 speed.
The morning show is not cooked. We may still keep the morning show. Just this last week or so has been, pretty slow on the news, and so, we've stayed in the afternoon to try and
Why does Jeremy think he's like a news reporter? You can just start a fucking stream and talk about whatever you want. Start a stream and talk about the Odyssey, or Supergirl, or Legos, or fucking RC cars. You can talk about whatever you want. You don't have to be like, "Oh, sorry, there's no news for me to expertly cover and give my complete expert opinion on." Yes. Oh, so I have to take off. Can't stream. Sorry, nothing has happened in the world for me to present to you on a silver platter so you can digest it because I present it so well. There's like 6,000 channels that do it better. You know what I'm saying? All of his 10 viewers are furiously looking up at the weather right now. Oh no, it's hot, boys.
Just trying to get a little bit of just trying to get a little bit more news stories, If you ever want to get a chance to visit Orthodox Monastery, go visit. It was so beautiful. I cried a little 3 times over the weekend. Oh yeah, you said you were going. I remember you saying that on Friday. That you're visiting a monastery. That's pretty cool. I imagine that'd be pretty. I imagine that'd be pretty epic. I didn't know that there were any monasteries in the. I didn't know there was any in the United States. I didn't know there were any monasteries in the United States. I guess that's foolish to think there wouldn't be, but it sounds pretty cool. Definitely sounds pretty cool. What'd you guys get up to this?
What, Goosey? What? That's crazy, man. Let's just look. Hold on. Let's just look. AI, can you just give me, hold on. Okay. Let's, you know what? Let's not even AI it. I was going to ask exactly how many monasteries there are in the US. It's like hundreds. I'm just saying. There's one in Alabama. I went to it one time. There's not monasteries. I thought that was like, for like, you know, places like Rome or something. I don't know. Where am I? How's your weekend going? There's no monasteries and yeah. No. Messmaker with the snooks. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, Messmaker. Billy says, Snake. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. Casalicious. What's up, baby? She says, take it off right now. You filthy degenerate. How could you? This is a family show, ma'am. It's a family show. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I appreciate you. Shout out to Cass. Thank you. Thank you, Cass. We love you. Yeah, we hit it. We already hit it. I need to update it. Thank you.
Weekend, it was hot. Hot here. Hot, hot, hot.
We're back on the weekend stuff, the hot weekends.
Oh, I guess, yeah, we kill the music. Sorry about that. Just kind of getting in the zone, auto zone for the show. Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
You know what, Kino? I changed my mind, Hydra Head. I don't like this video. Someone boo this man. Boo. Boo. That's exactly how I felt. That's exactly how I felt, dude. Look at that angry little fucking face. Oh my God. What is happening?
Sometimes it's hard to get up and get that energy on a Monday, especially on a slow news Monday. But we've got a couple of good stories for you guys that I think we'll get into.
Yeah.
That we'll get into.
Okay.
I'd just like to check in what you guys get up to this weekend. My little sister came over and shaved my head.
Oh my God. He said the weekend thing.
For a wig and grew it for a year and a half. She also shaved my beard off. So that was refreshing. Cool. Did you get money for it? Because I know you can like donate hair. Maybe, you know, I've got some hot rod pipes coming out of the back here. Maybe I just grow mine out and donate it.
Brother. You know what? Actually, on a completely serious note, I think just remove the hat and just have a skullet. Right? At least you would have, yeah, like that. Yeah, perfect. Like, at least you would have like an identity, I think. You know how some streamers, like, they have their look, their identity? You know? Fuck it. Fuck it. Just have the skullet. Bro, you're a ball. Oh my God, your profile. God, I love this shit. If you donate it, you don't get paid. That's the whole point. Yeah.
Yeah, squirrel fell out of my tree the other day. I'm pretty sure it was the juice. Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, obviously. They were using some sort of space laser, some sort of squirrel ray. Perfect hit. You know, Egyptian planes flew by, knocked the squirrel out of the tree. Any of that could have happened. Any of that is...
All this reminds me of is when Jeremy said he was a comedian that one time. And I was like, I don't think you know what a comedian is. Strapping young lad. Yeah, but that's a freaking great. God, I love that shit. Strapping young lad. What is it? That song, Love. I love that song. Skullet. Call it the Ron Jeremy. Oh my gosh, Gregory, you're too clever for us normies.
Probably more likely than the squirrel simply slipping. The squirrel slipping and falling out of the tree is what the government wants you to believe. That's Fed slop.
You're comedian, sire.
That's Fed slop. We don't do that stuff here. Squirrels just don't fall out of trees. That's not how this works.
Comedian.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hit the ground and just disappeared. Yeah. Yeah. The IRGC death ray got him. Yeah, Iran's been getting pummeled over the weekend. The squirrel was going for the Super Mario tube and missed. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, that's more possible than the truth. I'm sorry, that's more possible than what they want you to believe. More possible than the slop they want you to believe.
I'm already over the term Fed slop. Yeah, I know. Everything once everything becomes Fed slop, then it no longer has meaning. I find I kind of have the same reaction to calling things woke. You know what I mean? Like kind of the entertainment side of YouTube, like the anti-woke side of YouTube jumped the shark about a year ago, maybe 2 years, a year and a half ago, when they kind of ran out of material and just started calling everything woke. Like every movie that's ever, oh, there's a woman in it, it's woke. Oh, there's a gay guy in it, it's woke.
You know what I like? I like when he claims other creators ran out of material, and then he'll say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't do the morning show. I don't have anything to cover." I don't have anything to cover, so I can't stream. I don't have any news about politics because I am your political commentator, sire. What? Come on now.
It just got a little bit like, it's why I stopped covering, all that stuff. Because it's just like, guys, everything's not woke.
No, the reason he stopped covering it is because other people did the content way better, right? I'm sorry. Put a Snow White video up against a Critical Drinker Snow White review, like quartering Snow White video, or like 100 videos he did, and the Critical Drinker video, right? You can tell immediately the quality difference. One has a script, it's got jokes in it, it's got some editing in it. Quartering's just like reading an article. So yeah, he stopped covering it because it wasn't fun. It wasn't bringing anything. Everybody was doing it better. What's up, Jeff on the road? Brother, how you doing? I saw you were in like a lightning storm or something. You doing all right, brother? Michelle Fields is not saying names. How can people not see the Q for who he is and defend him and defend his defenders? The Q is scum for trying to ruin people's lives. Oh, I agree with you, brother. I agree. I'm right there with you, man. Jeff on the rose. Power just came back on. Well, I'm glad you're hanging on. I saw that photo you posted where it's just like 1,000 red dots and you're like right in the middle of them, So,
there's no there. If there was a plot line or a character, yes, it was woke. I mean, I guess, but let's get into this first story.
I guess.
Very, very interesting story. Leave a like on the video for another wokey finding out. So here's how it started.
Conservatives really think they're doing something when they say just confine.
Oh, whoops, the wrong window's up here. Let me grab that quick. Shout out for reminding me. Let's see here. There we go. Actually put the article up. I'm a professional. Let's go to this.
Gunpoint by somebody who has no
What is going on?
What the fuck is happening in this stream? Every single quartering stream, Hydrahead, like every single stream is like watching somebody do their first stream. God, what's up, Michael Fedor? Bela Lugosi. Oh, the best Dracula. Jesus, his ticks are so telling. He plays poker. God, I hope his face is on online. Yeah, dude, I tell you what, man. I tell you what. Thank you, Jaguar Stone, for the jewels, brother. Shout out again to the top dog, Mr. Otto Ramel. Welcome back, brother, and thank you for getting us to the Naked Snook. The double goal tonight is fight milk. It's not the hot tub because PDH has to work. So my happy ass will just drink some milk and whiskey for the boys. Hell yeah. I love making these. Nothing without read. I'm telling you what, brother. Well, I'm glad you do, man. It's people like you that are really holding down the fort and bringing like good content so my dumb ass can cover it,
Whoops. Getting a signal call.
Make that order.
Because, well, it's freedom of speech. Well, what was that thing that the left always likes to say? It's freedom of speech, but not freedom of from consequences. Isn't that their mantra when they say heinous things online? It's like that meme where they're like throwing piles of dung over the fence, and then when it comes back, they're like, ah.
This is everything Jeremy says is literally what he does, right? He will shit on people online, and then when people shit back on him, he's like, God, the mob's coming after me, brother. It's the liberals. It's the mob. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, you threw the shit at me. Like, he's mad at me for covering him, but he called me out. I'm like, what the fuck? I was sitting here sitting here on my back deck, throwing my stick at my dog. My dog was running and getting it. I pull open my Twitter and it's a video of Jeremy being like, Camelot's a retard. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, I guess I have to do another show on Jeremy, right? You got to, right? Jeremy thrived on left versus right. Now it's right on right violence. He doesn't know which way to grip. So instead, he's just losing everyone. Well, that's why he says things like, oh, I was actually never a conservative, right? I was actually never a conservative. You know that, right? So.
I do want to give a huge shout out to this stream's sponsor here, or click the link in the description down below. Shout out Text Network USA. Thanks.
I do like how he took a big breath before reading that ad read. He's like, fuck, I'm about to run out of breath, dude. The Q called you out, Text. Exactly, yeah. It's the way of the world, brother. It's the way of the world, brother. You know? And I'm not even being mean. I'm being really, really generous in my roast. You know, I'm being very kind, actually. What do you think, Gabriel? Think I'm being very kind? I think I am. Come on, brother. Hey, we're almost to 500 likes. Do me a favor and spam that like button. Subscribe if you have not. If you're on Kick, though, hit the B. B for you.
For sponsoring the show. Now we've got another interesting story. Salty Army representative in the chat. Honky Kong. Appreciate you being here. Very, very happy to see you. I do also want to give a huge shout out to Rumble Wallet. It's the only place I store and keep crypto, so why not promote it? Shout out Rumble Wallet. Big shout out Rumble.
It's funny because Jer is like literally just going through the motions of collecting ad checks and just fumbling through streams, right? So the way Rumble works now is if you're on Rumble Studio, right? You get special ad reads and then you get put on the front page, right? So you sign a small deal with Rumble. They'll put you on the front page. They'll give you 5,000 concurrent viewers, which pays per viewer for ad reads, right? So from what I was told by Rumble is they don't do large contracts anymore. You know, they don't do like $300,000 contracts and then you just stream on Rumble. They want you to get Rumble Studio and then they'll put you on the front page and then they'll pay you high in ad reads. So you're making like $2,000 per show. So that's kind of how people make money on Rumble now. I said I wasn't interested. You know, I just want to have streams and have a fun time. You know, if anybody has been in my mod, you know, text groups, you know what I mean? I'm like, I just want to have a good time, brother. So I'm not worried about doing all that. And I don't want to use Rumble Studio. I want to use freaking StreamYard because I pay for StreamYard. It's always worked well, with the exception for like the last month. So at any rate, but yeah, he's just going through the motions of stumbling through these streams and collecting his ad checks and just getting the hell off.
Wallet. Now, there's been no secret. I do enjoy myself some Chili's. And so I guess I can't eat at Chili's anymore. This is just another nail in the coffin of eating out, quite honestly. And again, my position on preferred pronouns has always been like, if you're not a jerk about it, I'll use them. And I know a lot of you will probably say, well, that's the problem. You shouldn't use them. I don't care. I played poker on Friday next to a trans individual, very nice individual. You know, I misgendered them and even said, hey, and then someone like the dealer used female pronouns for somebody who was very obviously a guy. And I just said, hey, I didn't know. Sorry. No, no offense meant. You know what he said? Dude, I don't care. I'm not offended by it. You're good. Like, there are definitely people out there who are trans who don't care about this stuff.
Oh, well, good on Jeremy for apologizing to the trans individual that he's been shitting on for 10 years now, but can't apologize to his customers for his coffee business for robbing them blind. Interesting. Avi, nobody. Trump winning was bad for Jared's grifting business. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. You know, because, I mean, like anybody will say, like Tim will say that their viewership increases during the election cycle and in between, you know, the viewership drops. So especially if you're on the opposing side, you know, you're getting a lot of views. Javi, thank you, buddy. Michael says the drama and opinions aside, he just takes no pride in his content. Even if I don't agree with him, I can appreciate a passionate video, but he seems so lifeless in everything he creates. Yeah. He's gone through the motions. He's done with it all. You know, I mean, from, you know, allegedly from what he said, he doesn't want to do it anymore and he would rather live out the rest of his life, but he just can't because one, he can't afford to, and two, he's kind of beholden to Rumble, right? So that's just how it be sometimes, brother.
You know, and we were talking about anime and talking about all sorts of other stuff. Seemed like a good person. happened to be a little gender confused. Never ever corrected me. Never corrected anyone else at the table. Although there was one black guy at the table who, the second he left, he called him the bundle of sticks words.
Oh my god.
But anyway, I don't care. I didn't care. Like, this is just somebody who was just playing poker, wasn't telling me, hey, don't use bro, don't use. It was totally fine. You know, not so. It's like you.
Knife Boy says, I thought his Rumble contract ran out in June. Oh yeah, he doesn't. So what I was talking about, Knife Boy, is the way Rumble works is different now. So Rumble used to give like $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 to creators, and the creator would be required to stream on YouTube, and then after 1 hour, raid themselves on Rumble and encourage people to, you know, use Rumble, become members on Rumble, become members on Locals, right? That was how it used to work. Rumble's completely changed their operation now. Rumble is leaning a lot on Rumble Studio, and they're getting all their ad reads from Rumble Studio, or they do it through Rumble Studio. So what they do now is they'll bring creators over, and they won't promise you any money, but they'll put you on the front page, so you get thousands of concurrent, and they'll give you exclusive ad reads that pay, you know, pretty high dollar, like $500 to $1,000, right? And you'll read like 2 to 4 per show. So people that are streaming 5 days a week on Rumble Studio, and they're making like $7 grand a week. So that's what Rumble does now. They don't do the lump sums anymore, from what they told me. Because they reached out to me and they're like, hey, brother, Rumble Studio, let's go. And I was like, how about you give me money? I don't remember what I said, but I was like, do you guys do lump sums? I would rather do that. Like, I could use it towards racing or something, maybe do something there. And they were like, no, we only do Rumble Studio deals now. And I was like, fuck it, I don't care. Mitchell says, coffee brand, coffee scam, repackage other people's coffee. In Pennsylvania, I heard. Yes, what is it called, Mitchell? Java Tava. Yes. Java. 4:40 until Fight Milk. On a Monday? Ain't no way. Thank you, guys.
You can have gender dysphoria and be, you know, and not be kind of like a psychopath. I tell that story because I've always said, you know, they're not all like this. It seems odd to me that you would risk the lawsuit. Why not just put them on separate shifts? You know? I just don't understand why you wouldn't put them on separate shifts. By the way, if you're watching the show right now, you're one of the 6,000 plus people out there. I appreciate you tuning in. Please make sure, if you're on like the Rumble homepage, to click my name and go down and click TheQuartering and go down and click the green follow button. We won't always be on the homepage.
God, he's about to fucking pass out. He can barely breathe. It's wild. People asking why he's sniffing. So someone with experience in this said he's likely addicted to Afrin, because Afrin actually has a really rough come off experience. So he's like slamming Afrin a lot. And that's not to fail to mention the Adderall and the antidepressants and the alcohol. Okay, that's just in addition to, right? So that's what I'm thinking. 6K, it's Travis. That's what I'm saying, brother. 6K. Brother, you can look at a chat. I have had 6,000 people in my chat before. So when I did the Sydney Watson show, there was 6,000 people. I think 8,000 people in my chat. That shit was moving so fast, I couldn't read it. But we're led to believe that with he has 6,000 people and his chat moves slower than mine with 700. I don't think so, boys.
I can't count on that. I am eternally grateful for the opportunity to showcase my content in my live stream. Tune in even if we're not on the homepage, because, you know, I can't always count on that. But I am glad to have the opportunity to be there today.
Yeah, totally.
How was everyone's weekend? Mine was great.
That's why he crashes out when he's not on the homepage.
A lot of stuff going on. The Renaissance Fair started in Wisconsin this weekend. Swimming was going on. Lions Days was going on.
Again, he said that to imply he's going. He never went.
Had to go get fitted for a tux for a wedding.
Could you imagine them having to pull off like bed sheets just to put him in a tux? Sir, we've never done anything this size before. I don't think it's possible. Just charge him $4,000, brother. We're going to make it happen. Get some bed sheets. Let's wrap his ass up in that shit.
You know, are we just done with the 8 a.m. stream? I don't know yet. Not right now. There's not enough news to really support both streams. So right now I'm just maintaining the 2 p.m. stream. But Media Matters wrote this article to get him deplatformed. I wonder if they've ever. Written anything about me. Let's see. I don't.
Okay. So this is actually really cool. So, you guys probably don't realize this. No, you probably do. You probably do actually. So Jeremy Googles himself like every day. He Googles himself every day. He searches for himself every day on Twitter. He searches for himself every day on YouTube. My man's got a problem, brother. Shit. Dude, when I get off my stream and I like go and downstairs to the music studio or something, I don't look at anything. I'm like detached. I'm like, I'm done. Right? Because you got to have that balance. Jeremy's he sits there all day, like Google searching himself and shit. Crazy. Chad says, barely been eating, tired as hell, but I'm here. Hey man, barely been eating is a good thing. Because when I like about a month ago, I was barely eating. I lost like 10 pounds, brother. Mid-year diet. Well, you know what I mean, David, a little bit more than that, you know. He has the same look in his eye. He has the same look in his eye Zach Galifianakis has in The Hangover. Not a thought between them eyes. Yes. Yes. All right.
I think I'm cool enough. Aw, come on, Media Matters. What about your boy? Why they might not use my. They might not use my. They might use my full name, maybe.
Now he's Googling his full name to see if any media company has talked about him recently. Please talk about me. Please talk about me, please. I am nothing if you do not speak of me. Calgore says, does he really think that hat's hiding his balding? I love your cat, by the way. Yeah. Dudes that wear hats that think they're hiding their balding is the craziest shit. Brother, just take your hat off. Shave the shit. It's over. Go get jacked. If you're bald, go get fucking jacked. Let's go. Kratos is the coolest looking dude in the world. Go look like Kratos. Go to the gym, get on some testosterone, inject it straight into your urethra, and fucking lift every day. Shave your head. Hell yeah. Kratos.
Maybe that. This is a little disappointing. I guess I have to get more radical. I think I have to get more radical.
Ah, yes, he is not radical enough. Yes, yeah. Could it possibly be that no one watches him and he's boring? No, it's definitely them. It's not me. I promise.
No. What do I have to do, guys? What do I have to? Oh, yeah, here I am. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Based quartering. And he's earned that because he's becoming less afraid to say the things that other people are afraid to say. I mean, that's the reality of it. He's not afraid to say things that other people maybe are afraid to say. By the way, if you're one of the over 7,000 people right now watching on Rumble, really, really, really appreciate you.
By the way, I saw a clip from this stream earlier, Kino, hide your head. And he had 5,000 or 6,000 people and the chat was not moving. And I was like, come on, brother. My YouTube chat is going 20 times faster than his Rumble chat, maybe 50 times faster. With 800 people? I don't think so, boyos. So is him bot farming his own channel confirmed? You know, Mitchell, I don't know. It's hard to say. He has admitted to buying subs and doing ad campaigns on his videos, which just give you botted views. I don't know if about Rumble concurrent. I wouldn't even know how that works, but I would say I don't know if it's more server side for Rumble, right? I don't know. It's hard to say. Anyways, but you know what is not hard to say? Lock the stream. We're almost to 500 locks. Get on it, doggone it. Thank you, guys.
I hope you're enjoying the stream. My one ask is that you take a second to, if you're on the homepage, click on my channel name, TheQuartering, and click that green follow button down below. That way you get notified. I want to always be on the Rumble homepage. And so, if I'm not, I want you to be able to find me. And if you click through onto the video, I want you to participate in the chat because I read the chat and I like talking to
He's saying participate in the chat because no one's chatting in his 7,000 viewer stream.
my viewers. The show is interactive. This isn't a pre-recorded show where I just talk at people, and I want to see you in chat. Leave a like on the video. I don't know if it helps or not, but it's always cool. Oh no. Hey, if Graham Allen wants to run for office, I will happily take his time slot in the morning, and I will help his campaign in any way I can. Not because it personally benefits me. I would never do something so selfish. That's crazy. I would never do that.
There's these little nuggets of truth that TheQuartering pops out every once in a while, and I like that. But then he goes back into his like character that he tries to be, where he's like this overt, like trying to be concise in the middle, like professional, and then he'll like let loose a little bit and be honest about like being selfish, and then he's like, okay, anyways, I'm like, bro, just let it hang out, brother. Just let it hang out. Let it all hang out. It's totally fun. All right, hide your head. I got you.
You know, that I would never do. I would never do that.
Okay.
But Graham, I think you should run for office. I think you should.
What the fuck is happening?
I think you should. I would definitely help you. I definitely want to help you guys. And by the way, if you're not a Rumble Premium user,
oh my God, every single segment is just him saying, yeah, you should do that. You should do that. You should do that. And then he's just 30 seconds quiet. And then he gets like, yeah, you should do that. Anyways, here's an ad. Anyways, you should do it. Here's an ad, by the way. You're killing me, Bryce. You're killing me. Remember, Hype? How you doing, Cody? Siege Hype? I'm looking forward to it, brother. Oh, yeah, I got a membership goal. We're 67 out of 250 already for the Halo stream this month with the members. If we hit that, we're going to do a Halo stream and play with the tier 2 and 3 members. We're going to party. It's going to be fun. Thank you guys for all the gifted members the last couple streams. Been killing it.
You absolutely should be. Huge shout out to Rumble Premium. I find that kind of the one-man show thing seems to work a little bit better. Like my viewers seem to like it a little bit better in my experience. But that's just me.
Breaking point.
I like when we do co-hosts. It's fun, but I also like kind of this one-on-one experience where we're just kind of chatting and working together to get to the bottom of stories and interacting. When is Chrissy Mayer doing her first appearance on what? I'm not sure.
That's the Afrin, by the way. I saw you in the chat, Lori, by the way.
Is she on a new show? Shout out to her. I thought she was only on a timeout from Friday Night Tights. Friday Night Tights, the show told me. I even got community noted.
As soon as somebody said she's on a new show, he got on his phone to desperately search. What is something weird about him, man? He likes to, I think he likes to like collect female streamers like Pokemon cards or like Infinity Stones. You know what I'm saying? Whenever he hears like a female that he might want to work with is doing something else, he starts frantically getting on his phone to like text them and probably scowl and, yell at them. Are you doing something else without me? You know what I'm saying? You're totally doing something else. Like, remember when he saw that Melanie was going on Side Scrollers podcast with Craig, and he literally lost his shit. He like lost his shit. Something about it. Like, what's going on?
That said, she wasn't fired for having Melanie Mack on her podcast. But it seems to me that she has been fired. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but those free speech warriors over on that show who were really upset about people getting deplatformed one of their own creators for doing a podcast with somebody they didn't like. That's what it looks like to me. You know, I got.
Well, you're blind then. If that's what that looked like to you, you're probably blind. Everybody else is actually in the wrong. You know, it's not. The 99% of people are wrong, actually. Okay.
He noted and said she wasn't fired, but I'm pretty sure she hasn't been on the show ever since she had Melanie Mack on her show. So, you know, not very free speech of them. You know.
Unlike Jeremy, the free speech advocate, champion of all champions, top rated, ranked 1v1 number 1 champion of free speech, Jeremy, who totally didn't strike 14 different channels, who totally didn't hide like 40 replies on his Renfair tweet. Champion. He also says he supports free speech and then immediately says he bans everybody in his chat. Okay. That's like you saying, you know what? I really love dogs. And then you shoot them for some reason. I feel like you're lying.
Not very free speech of them. Now, I was told that she wasn't fired. But it looks like to me that she was fired for simply having Melanie Mack on her show. But I don't know. Not in those rooms. I don't know the inner workings of what they did.
Obviously.
So
obviously.
Thought they dropped her because trolls in the chat would determine the show and not follow what was discussed. Well, I mean, there's two ways to handle that. I mean, you can block and mute the trolls, or you can be a pussy and be more worried about your super chats. You know, I choose to block and mute trolls who have a problem with my co-hosts or people.
Free speech advocate, by the way.
I have on the show. That's one way to handle it. The other way to handle it is to be a massive floppy vagina and be afraid of losing a few super chats and fire your co-hosts who've been on the show for years.
Again, very, very, very easy to say you would ignore super chats or block super chats when you don't get any. I'm just putting it out there. It's very easy to say that you want other people to pay more in taxes when you don't pay any in taxes. Right? That's the same rhetoric. Okay? Quartering makes like $5 to $8 in Rumble Rants per show. Just to put that in comparison, me, who the Quartering considers retarded and a nobody, 553 today. And I'm a dumbass redneck guy. I don't know if it's me that's the problem or if it's FNT.
That's another way to handle things. It's not how I would handle it. You know, people say a lot of things to me about Melanie Mack, for example. They don't like Melanie, or people hated Luke when he was on the show. I don't give a shit. Don't watch then. That's just how I would handle it. You know?
Pretty sure Jeremy clowns on AAA movie studios when they say, if you don't like it, don't watch. And he's like, well, look, that's what happened. And then Jeremy also does the exact same thing. It might actually be that Jeremy was a liberal all along. Or what I would say follows liberal ideals like that. You know? He says he bans all the trolls in the chat. Also, he loves free speech. But also, if you don't like it, don't watch. Sounds a lot like Disney and shit like that. The companies he makes several videos about.
The other way is to be a huge pussy and be worried about losing a few super chats. That's another way to handle it. One way is to bend the knee to the mob and be a giant. Other way is to tell the mob to get bent. These are just two different ways of handling it.
So right there, he called FNT, you know, Jeremy, Ryan, Gary, Nerdrotic, anybody associated with the FND, he called them big floppy vaginas, pussies, and basically greedy and money hungry. Now, I understand where the greedy and the money hungry comes from because Jeremy wants that money and he's not getting it. So he's angry at everybody else that gets super chats. That's why he always gets angry at the A-logs and says, I hope the super chats are worth it, because he doesn't get any. So that I understand that. That's natural. You know, that's just Jeremy's the kind of guy that likes to tear other people down instead of letting those that are successful inspire him. Right. But I digress. You know what I'm saying? That's just how he is. But the other things, like calling them vaginas for like reading super chats. I don't understand that at all. Like his advice to Friday Night Tights or to just ban the whole chat. Oh yeah, that'll definitely go over well.
I'm not saying one way is better than the other. I'm not saying anyone's a huge for bending the knee to a few trolls in chat. I'm just saying that's not how I handle it. And different strokes are different folks. Okay?
That's very obvious. And that's why the quartering is, I wouldn't even say he's on life support. I would say his channel is like a vegetable, right? His channel is like one of those people that have been in a comatose state for 10 years and we're determining if we're going to pull the plug or not. That's where his channel is.
So, I wish him all the best. Wish him all the best. Hope the super chats were worth selling yourself out. Anyway, we got some new news here. Let's go to this story.
That rant against F&T got him out of breath, brother.
Right. All right, Friday was the last day in the Charlie Kirk preliminary hearing. Now, a lot of people online who have various agendas to push forward, didn't even know the difference between a pretrial and a trial. They thought last week was the trial, but they have a narrative to push. But there was a very big piece of information that came out Friday. In fact, it was the last piece of video evidence. We saw, I believe it was Thursday, video evidence basically following step by step, day by day. What's the next line? People in a different kind of way.
God damn, he looks rough, brother. This is unrelated, but God, he looks fucking rough. That's a rough 42, by the way. I thought this motherfucker was like 55 for the longest time. When I heard he was almost my age, I almost shit my pants. I saw somebody in the chat say something interesting. Don't want to lose it. I might have lost it. Rest in peace. It's gone. It's gone. The newest news, boys. Yep, it's gone. Anyways, all right. Lost my train of thought. I'm becoming Jer now. Rest in peace. God, no. He's 50. No, he's 42. He's 42 years old.
That, I don't know.
Doobie doobie doo.
Oh, somebody said, okay, I remembered it now. I'm back. Somebody said F&T doesn't care about Jeremy. That's what pisses him off the most. Like F&T do not give two fucks about Jeremy. They'll never talk about this again. It's over for them. They might make like funny references, but it's over. They'll never talk about it again. Because to be completely fair, and this sucks to say, man, but Jeremy is regulated to Rumble, likely getting allegedly not real views, a chat's not moving, getting no Rumble rants, getting no direct support. 95% of the people that interact him on X don't really care for the guy. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of just out. He's already out. It's already over. You know what I'm saying? And he's just kind of, like I said, a vegetable.
Anyway, shout out to TGIF. Anyway, not one of these people cared about the truth for even 1 minute.
Unlike Jeremy, who definitely cares about the truth, right? He definitely cares about the truth. That is why he won't be honest about his coffee company, even after people like Luther Morgan or other people, or even Jeremy tells on himself about labels, Java Taza, Mill Creek. Doesn't matter. Line them all up and knock them all down. Jeremy is going to never admit to any of that stuff. He's going to lie about all of it. He's going to lie about his personal relationships. He's going to lie about his finances. He's going to lie about every piece of every part of his life 100% of the time. But don't forget, he cares about the truth. Most importantly.
Not even 1 minute. You know what the truth is worth exploring, though? It's about the history of this country. And we'll get to that in just a section. Want to read chat? Any Candace reformers in chat? Any Candace reformers in chat? People who have seen the light and have decided, you know what, in the beginning I thought maybe she was actually searching for the truth, but the reality now I see is that she only cared about the money. I had to save my daughter from Candace. Good. I'm glad you did.
Yes, Trev. I think he's been pretty open about his SSRIs and whatnot.
Yeah, I think so too. I miss your 9 a.m. show. Hey, maybe it'll come back. Maybe. You never know. People can be reformed. I do want to shout out the Kids Guide, though. American history is important. If it sounds like something your family would enjoy, just head over to freeusadoggift.com.
His whole fucking stream is just like him saying, yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah. And then he just reads another ad.
That's freeusadoggift.com. Check that out. Their founding fathers and friends were furries. Oh, no. And with that, I think we will send you over to see what Russell Brand is talking about.
Russell Brand, probably infinitely more entertaining.
I think. Is he still alive? It looks like it. I think he's still alive.
You have to admit that.
So I'll send you on over to Russell, see what he's talking about today. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern with Melanie Mack. Always a good time. That show always gets a little unhinged at times, but I think it's worth it. It's always a lot of fun. Go say hi to Russell. And we'll see you.
Zero passion. Absolutely zero passion. Your political streamer, sir. Yes, yes. God, my ass hurts. I had to like post up, try to get comfortable during all that shit. Woo! That was rough, man. Absolutely rough. That was awkward. Yeah, it always is, man. Everything he does is extremely awkward. Cringe and awkward. That's the Jeremy way. Cringe and awkward. Jace. All right, boys. It is midnight. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you do me a big ass favor and like the show. And don't forget to subscribe if you have not. Very, very important. Give your boys some love. And then we're going to pick somebody to raid. We're going to pick somebody to raid. If I can find somebody to raid. Everybody's just playing games. Come on. Can somebody talking about stuff? Come on. Anybody. All right, then I guess I'll just die. Well, you know what? We'll do Last Relic. He's cool as hell. We love Last Relic. Unless one of you guys are live in the chat, like Kino or something, Hydra Head or anything, I need to look. But no one ever streams this late like my dumb ass does. I appreciate your Kino, Hydra Head. And keep the shit coming so we can talk about it. I appreciate that. I realized Jared wasn't serious when he made the apology video to DDayCobra and Gary, but nobody cared to begin with because it was just engagement farming. That's what he does. Well, he doesn't apologize. He'll say, I'm sorry, but, right? He'll say, I'm sorry, but, which completely negates your sorry. If you say you're sorry and then give an excuse, you have negated your sorry. You have to say, I'm sorry, I fucked up. And that's the end of the statement. Not, I'm sorry, but it was their fault. Yeah, you lost. You lose. You lose. Okay? Anyways, I'm going to give Gabe some love. 30 likes away from 500. Let's pump the likes. Let's get there right before I get the hell off here. I'm going to shoot a bee on the kick. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Are you a mod in the Rumble? If you're a mod in the Rumble, you can raid. I might just do it myself after the show. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and raid Gabe. Give him some love. Spam the like button. Let's get to 500. And I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not going to do a Naked Snake in its entirety today since we have a lot of viewers. I want to be able to give some of these viewers to somebody entertaining so they can have all the viewers. Because when I take my shirt off, everybody wants to leave. So we'll give you a short one. You ready? We'll give you a short one. Here it's for you. Ready? I give my life not for honor, but for you. Snake Eater. There you go. All right, we're going to raid Gabe. I love you, and I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the boys. I'll see you tomorrow. You fucker, Flip Shaman. I love you. I appreciate you. Get the hell on it, dog on it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Give Gabe some love in the chat. Get on it, diggity dog on it. All right. I'll see you guys over there. Peace. Thank you.